elimination game here tonight in Miami. Plenty of history between Venezuela and the United States in the World Baseball Classic, but they've never met in an elimination game. That's what this is tonight. The last spot in the semifinals at stake, and the starting lineup for Team USA, the visiting team, team number 2 out of Pool C, playing their first game in Miami. Betts, Trout, Goldschmidt, Arenado. Not a bad start. Kyle Tucker, Tim Anderson, Kyle Schwarber is the DH, even with a left-handed pitcher on the mound, JT Realmuto. And the 9th place hitter is one of the great players in the game, Trey Turner, batting 9th for Team USA against the left-hander Martin Perez, coming off a great year in the big leagues and a good performance against the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, great year in 2022, but tonight, one of his biggest starts of his career. He needs to start early and often, especially with his fastball, as we take a look at his arsenal. Look, we know he's got a really good fastball, likes to work it to both sides of the plate, but I think the denominator here is that changeup. Can he keep these hitters off balance in early counts? The cutter, four-seam, curveball, slider are just pitches he likes to throw, especially with 2 strikes, that cutter and that curveball to put hitters away. But the sinker and the changeup, I think for me, is going to be the denominator against these tough right-handers. We're going to see this early with the first 4 batters. Of course, we got Mookie Betts, Mike Trout. It's going to be a lot of fun, but a great challenge for Perez.
The defense for Venezuela: Peralta, Acuna, and Santander in the outfield. Suarez, Andres Jimenez, Jose Altuve, Luis Arraez, Salvador Perez, who's been such a good player for so many years, the leader of this Venezuelan team. He was the MVP from Pool D. Venezuela went undefeated through what was, I think, unanimously considered the toughest pool in this World Baseball Classic. And now tonight these two teams meet with the last semifinal spot on the line. Team USA, the visiting team, and I think in the stands as well. Venezuelan fans here in huge numbers, and a first pitch fastball to Mookie Betts. Here we go for strike 1. By his standards, relatively quiet so far. Changeup bounces to Mookie.
I think that's going to be a very important pitch, that changeup, especially to these right-handers. The cutter changeup combo for me. Martin needs to do a good job with that.
That's
inside.
Just off the inside.
No, even if he doesn't get a strike with the pitch, just to move the hitter's eyes and the hitter's feet, it's just as important.
That one hit hard, and a diving attempt by Altuve. It's off the end of his glove, and that'll go for a leadoff hit for Mookie Betts.
Boy, he stays through this ball. Absolutely scorched on this changeup. Altuve out of the reach right there, but he does such a good job with the pitch. Staying connected, the 2-hand finish. Quality at bat for Mookie. Right out of the gates.
Yeah,
problems.
Team USA's lineup has so many big names, none bigger than this guy, Mike Trout. But they haven't consistently hit yet in this tournament. We'll see if tonight's the night. Mike Trout, first pitch swinging, a little pop-up. Shallow center field. Acuna hustling in, and nobody's going to get there. Betts is going to try for third. The throw hits Mookie and rolls away, and that will allow Trout to go to second. And the ball kicked into the dugout, out of play, and Mookie can come home to score the first run of the game.
Well, it just starts with Mookie. Wow, what a base running right there. Talk about putting pressure on the defense. He certainly did that. Understanding Acuna has a really good arm, Acuna was going to go all out. He wasn't going to go and hit the cut. He was going to see that fastball right there. Mike gets a little jam, but the play right here is Mookie reading the outfielders and taking the extra base, putting pressure early and often, as we see right here. He sees it. Oh, he's going. He's got a beat on it. Bad bounce for Venezuela. And Mookie now with a run scored.
It really wasn't a terrible throw. It was a good throw. But it hit Mookie Betts, and then a really bad break, and then it rolled out of play. So 1-0, and Trout goes to third on that error. So a run in, nobody out, runner at third. Well, we saw a team last night, Puerto Rico, score 4 in the very first inning, the top of the first inning. was a foul by Paul Goldschmidt with the infield in.
Well, it tells you the urgency that Venezuela is playing with, right? First inning, infield in already. And if you're Martin, you're playing for the strikeout. Paul Goldschmidt, a really tough guy to strike out.
0-1 pitch, change up, strike 2.
That's a good changeup right there. More than not, Goldschmidt doesn't swing at those pitches. You see that changeup. Look at that turn on it. Good arm action. Paul Goldschmidt completely fooled.
Oh, 2. It's low.
Little baby cutter he wanted a backdoor on. You know, you can go the two-seamer route. You can go back to the changeup. You can move his feet. The only thing Paul Goldschmidt is looking for right now is a pitch elevated. Doesn't have to do too much with it.
He got his Cardinals teammate on deck, Nolan Arenado. Goldschmidt had a pitch to hit there and fouled it straight back.
That pitch was elevated right there. But a lot of times you get those foul balls because that pitch is up and in, and Paul Goldschmidt is respecting the changeup. He's such a good hitter.
The reigning MVP in the National League. One, 2. Good take.
Yeah, you see it too many times. He'll adjust to that pitch. A lot of time, Paul Goldschmidt, in situations like this, he'll give up his bat. A broken bat bloop to right does the job. He'll wait forever.
Just an awesome year last year, and he hits that one to right. That's going to be another hit for USA. Santander did a nice job cutting it off, but in to score is Mike Trout, and it's 2-0.
I want to talk about 2022 National League MVP and Paul Goldschmidt taking a professional at bat. Now we've seen 3 professional at bats, making Martin Perez absolutely grind in this inning. Gets that changeup. I think he just saw it too many times there. Dave, not trying to do too much with it. That cutoff was really big, and that ball could have really gotten away from Santander. Look at Mookie.
You know, Mark DeRosa told us before the game, he encouraged his guys. Look, we're seeing all this emotion on the field from all these other teams in the World Baseball Classic. And Nolan Arenado just ripped one foul. And Mark DeRosa wasn't saying be phony, do something that doesn't come natural. But he was saying, don't be afraid to play with the passion that we're seeing on the other side of things. Arenado takes a strike right there on the inside. It's 0-2.
It's a good well-located fastball right there. Just talking about Mark, and he said, hey, you know, I get it, but if somebody hits a bomb, go meet him at home plate. Why not? Let it be known we're Team USA. Has he even talked and said, hey, I'm going to read the lineup card out loud. I'm not even just going to put it on the board. I'm going to read it out loud so you guys know who you guys are.
The other part of his point was the passion inside the locker room. He thinks matches any other team in this event. Arenado goes the other way. Another hit and another hard hit ball. Goldschmidt around second. He'll dig for third. Still nobody out. First and third with 2 runs in.
What a beautiful piece of hitting right there by Nolan Arenado. You want to talk about getting a backdoor cutter and hitting it the right way. You let this pitch continue to ride to the strike zone, and right at the last second, there's Arenado's bat path. What a hitter. A guy who's usually a pull hitter, understanding the situation and taking it the other way. The connection is beautiful. Whole body going that way, head staying down. He barely even pivots. The approach was the right one, and that's taking the ball the other way. So far, we've seen 1 pull hit. Other than that, it's been trying to go the other way. I think the report is pretty much known. Hey, we're going to eliminate inside, and we're going to take that ball the other way. That's the way to beat him.
Already the bullpen going for Venezuela. It's an elimination game. They have to play with Game 7 kind of urgency, and Jose Ruiz getting loose.
Every day, Jose. He's been very valuable to the White Sox, but he's been extremely valuable in this tournament for Venezuela. More than not, he's been the first guy up.
Well, for Venezuela now, the job is to limit the damage. Omar Lopez has done such a good job with this Venezuelan team. Lots of people have been impressed by the way he has handled this entire World Baseball Classic, including the lead up. Kyle Tucker with the infield in, punches one through. Arenado's going for third. Now Tucker behind him to second. The tag, he's safe. Altuve thought he got him. It's 3-0 as Goldschmidt scored, and the daring base running drew the throw from Acuna, and for now has allowed Kyle Tucker to move into scoring position.
Yeah, I think he got off the base right there. I think he's out. Second base umpire was all over it, though. They're going to review this. Boy, but another hit the other way.
I mean, in fairness for Martin Perez, both Trout and Kyle Tucker neither hit the ball hard, and that one in particular. But the value of putting the ball in play. And if he kept that glove on Tucker, he did come off the bag. Second base umpire is Atsushi Fukaya from Japan. The crew chief is calling balls and strikes tonight. That's Dan Bellino.
I think Tucker right there, he kind of rolled into that bag.
He's out.
Right ankle, he's out, yep. We'll take a look at Tucker, see how he feels, but that'll be it for Martin Perez.
Wow. Team USA has come to play. They've knocked the starter out of the game with one out in the top of the first inning. We'll be back right after this. Well, what a statement by Team USA against a Venezuelan team that has not lost and has hardly trailed in this tournament. The starter, Martin Perez, gets one out and never actually retired a hitter, got an out on the bases, and he's out of the game. Jose Ruiz takes over for his third appearance.
Yeah, he's been very reliable for Venezuela. This is a guy who has pitched in game 1 and game 3. No hits and a lot of punchies. This is a guy who they rely on, and hopefully to get them out of this inning with very limited problems.
Yeah, I mean, the problems are already acute because 3 runs are in, but we saw last night an example of how early in a game you fall behind with a lineup of great hitters. You got plenty of time to get back in it. Mexico fell behind 4-0 after a half inning and came back and won that game.
And this is a matchup of teammates right here. 2 White Sox guys going at it.
Again, the infield in. Tim Anderson, a half swing and a miss.
One thing with Tim Anderson is he'll kind of give up the at-bat just for contact. We talk about, I think he's one of the most purest hand-to-ball baseball player we have in the big leagues. His hand-eye coordination is as elite as it gets.
Wants to swing the bat too. Does not take a lot of walks. Arenado, the runner at third. That is outside at 97, 1-1.
He's a guy that will start with the batting tee early and often, and I mean, he can hit any corner of a batting cage. His hand-eye is special.
Best batting average since 2019 of anybody. Chase there, and he's behind to the count 1-2.
Arraez have thrown 2 sharp sliders. Plays more like a curveball, but they're sharp.
Big time strikeout spot here for Ruiz.
Well, he can go up the ladder, or he can continue with that curveball. He's got to trust Salvi though. It's got to be on the dirt.
One, 2. Started, but Anderson held up. Yeah, no swing. So it's 2-2.
The bait has been thrown, right? It's been sliders, it's been curveballs. He's got 96, 97 in the tank. Will he use it? 2-2.
He throws. Anderson. Yes, he went it. That's strike 3.
Boy, that's sharp. When you need a big strikeout, yep, he went. Ruiz is there for you. 2-2 action pitch every time.
So 2 down. Arenado still at third. That's big potential run for Team USA. They've already scored 3 here in the top of the first inning. Kyle Schwarber takes strike 1.
Woo! I think if you're Venezuela, you're happy if you keep this inning at 3-0. They've only trailed once. That was the game against Dominican early in that game. Other than that, they haven't trailed.
This well off the outside. Mark DeRosa looks really smart now. He had Kyle Schwarber in the lineup against the lefty. He was answering some questions about it before the game. Yeah, I just kind of have a feeling Kyle's been in so many big games. Now his first at bat, he gets to face a righty.
Tough righty.
Off the inside, it's 2-1.
I think if you're Ruiz, you got to throw your best pitch right here, 2-1. Got to be very careful with this slugger.
Got JT Realmuto on deck. 2-2.
That's a dandy right there. It's a really good changeup. Action pitch 2-2. He can repeat.
Schwarber pops it up. Peralta comes in and he'll catch it. Well, the lineup for Venezuela having to come from behind right away, and it's a good lineup. Altuve, Santander, Arraez, Salvador Perez, the MVP of Pool D. Acuna, Peralta, Eugenio Suarez had a lot of good at-bats in the first round. Gleyber Torres, he's the DH. Andres Jimenez, the shortstop, batting ninth against the 35-year-old right-hander, the starter for Team USA, Lance Lynn.
Lance Lynn, you know what you're going to get out of fastball cutters.
First pitch swing. Jose Altuve, base hit left field. Maybe just an announcement that this game is not anywhere close to being over.
Oh, absolutely not. You know, we talk about Lance Lynn, his 2022 year with the White Sox. 21 starts, the ERA of 3.99. 124 strikeouts, though. I just think for me, when you look at Lance Lynn, he's an old-school type pitcher. You know, he's going to throw his fastball, he's going to throw his cutter. He'll mix in his curveball, changeup mostly to the lefties. But what you see is what you get. He's going to trust his stuff. And more than not, that's the fastball and the cutter combo. And we can take a look at his arsenal. We talk about that fastball and that cutter that he likes to throw. You always know you're going to get it at some point in the at-bat. But I think for me, it's that four-seam cutter and changeup, the curveball, the slider that he goes off of it. But those three, the cutter, the sinker, and that fastball, that four-seam is the one that he's going to use primarily.
That was a good cutter in on the hands of Anthony Santander. He's batting second in this lineup. Salvi Perez won the MVP. This guy had a great argument to be the most valuable player. 6 for 13. He hit 2 home runs, some big hits. He made a great catch in a close game, and he pulls that one sharply but foul.
The only thing with Lance Lynn, and when you face him, all you got to say to yourself is you have to control the zone. I mean, he's going to nibble, and once he has you where you're really expanding, he'll go to work on that. A lot of times he likes to use this changeup as a wasted pitch here and go right back to the cutter. We'll see if he just wants to put him away early.
1-2. Santander pops it up. Arenado coming over. He's the only man on that side of the infield, kind of dancing underneath it, but he makes the catch. One of the great defensive players at any position, maybe the greatest in the sport. Arenado so good at third. Trey Turner, Tim Anderson, Paul Goldschmidt around the infield. Realmuto, the catcher, who's such a neutralizer in terms of the running game. And it's Tucker, Trout, and Mookie Betts in the outfield. Very good defensive team for USA. So that's big first out for Lynn. Now Luis Arraez playing in what is now his home ballpark. Only 2 hits in first round play.
Yeah, but he's got really good numbers against Lance Lynn. 8 for 23 with 3 extra base hits.
We heard JP in our open talk about it. You can put the hitters for Venezuela in 2 categories. The guys who really have been swinging the bat well, and the guys who haven't all have good numbers against Lynn. Arraez to deep right field. It is gone.
San Felipe, Venezuela. Levántense. Luis Arraez is here. This team has answered in a huge way. Wow. What a first inning, Dan.
Not known for his power, but he muscled up there. That is impressive.
Make it 9 for 24.
And now Salvi Perez to deep left field. In the park, though. Kyle Tucker for out number 2.
We take a look at this homer. Little baby cutter just doesn't cut. Up in the zone, all you got to do is touch it. Luis Arraez, we know the swing, we know the hitter. Oh, it was gone as soon as he hit it. What a moment.
This is a scene we've seen over and over again, and I think it's been a theme for Venezuela. The last time they were in the World Baseball Classic in 2017, Acuna swings and misses. It was a disjointed team that didn't play very well. There was lots of drama. This year's team has been united.
Omar Lopez even said, hey, there was communication at the start of November of last year. And he wanted to make sure this team was going to leave the ego at the door. It was about a country. It was about 35 guys coming together and pulling for one another. Well, they've answered the bell. It's a ball game.
That just is really impressive. 0-2. Acuna takes high. And Luis Arraez, he won a batting title. He's a very good hitter. He has 14 career home runs in the big leagues.
I remember talking to him about that in the All-Star game. I said, hey man, you can hit. Has it always been a line hitter? He said, well, I got a little power as well. So even though he may not hit for homers, if he gets a good pitch he can handle. It's knowing your game, knowing what you need to do and provide for a team. But if it's there, he'll take it.
Almost hit Acuna. And he's worked the count from 0-2 to 3-2.
A lot of times that's what you got to do with Acuna right there. You gotta get him off his feet.
Venezuela undefeated, maybe the most consistent team. Japan's been great, but considering the level of competition, Venezuela's been awesome, and they haven't gotten a whole lot from this guy. That one is scorched to center, but right to Mike Trout. Okay, so that's how this game's going to go. There was a lot going on in the first inning. Team USA gets 3, and then Lance Lynn takes him out. Arraez hits a 2-run homer, and it's a 1-run ball game. Foul tip right off of Salvi Perez.
Ouch.
And the umpire Dan Bellino is going to give him a moment just to make sure everything's okay.
Raul Muntos, he's had those before, so catcher on catcher right there. Look at his foul tip.
It's a brotherhood.
Ouch.
And that's why you wear that mask. Let the mask absorb the shock. It still is a punch to the face.
Beauty of it, you just ask him, you okay? He says, yeah, I'm okay. Let's get it.
I'm into the chest protector with this Venezuelan color scheme.
Oh yeah. With the gold Rawlings patch on it.
Yeah. Held on on to that foul tip. It's 0-2.
Ruiz got that good zip on his fastball. What I mean by zip is halfway, it just picks up velocity on you as a hitter. I think Salvi just has jarred his neck a little bit there. Yeah, he's gonna get. Yeah, they're gonna take a look at him.
So they're gonna check on him. Let's go down to JP.
Dave, just keep this in mind on Sal Perez and his durability. Back in 2014, when the Royals made it to the World Series, he started at catcher 143 games in the regular season, and then actually played virtually every inning of the postseason. Of course, as you know, he makes the final out of that World Series. He then went on an MLB tour to Japan. He kept playing. Then he comes back the next year and wins the World Series MVP. Quite simply, one of the most respected players of his generation.
Well said. He needed a drink of water. He's indicating that he wants to stay in this game. He pounded that water. And of course, when it comes to potential concussion, head injury, it's not a matter of toughing it out. It's not a matter of playing through it. It's just simply, are you feeling okay? And if you're not, speak up.
Yeah, Omar Lopez, he said it. He said, biggest thing here is obviously, you know, we want to play, but everybody's got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
He's good.
Perez, for now, will stay in this game. 0-2 to JT Realmuto.
Well, he's got him set up for some wasted pitches. Let's see if JT can control the strike zone.
Kind of flips that one down the left field line, and it's going to fall. Base hit. Peralta kicked it up against the sidewall. JT Realmuto into second with a leadoff double. That's the third hit for Team USA where they have not hit the ball very hard, but they found a spot.
Good hitters will find holes. With 2 strikes, I just think for me, Ruiz just made a bad pitch. That pitch is too hittable, up in the strike zone, and I guarantee you Ruiz is disgusted with that pitch, saying, man, that pitch needs to be just better. That hit is on me.
Yeah, and the bobble didn't cost Venezuela either. Realmuto was going to make it into second no matter what. One of the fastest catchers, maybe the fastest catcher in the big leagues now. One of the fastest players, period. Trey Turner, who's hitting 9th for the United States team, takes ball 1.
There's just no break in this lineup. Again, and Ruiz now with a stressful situation.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Both managers indicated to us before the game that they, even though the team that wins here tonight will play again tomorrow, back-to-back quarterfinal, semifinal. Even with that schedule, it is an all hands on deck kind of game where nobody's saving people. We're going to worry about tomorrow and try to win this game. 2-1.
Talk about the 9th batter on this lineup. Signed a $300 million contract. Tells you how good this lineup is.
Yeah. Truly one of the best players in the game, Trey Turner. Trying to bring home his new teammate, JT Realmuto. That one rides way inside. It's 3-1.
They're playing for the ground ball on the left side of the infield. That's what Venezuela is playing for. They don't want Turner to hit the ball to the right side to allow JT to go to third. The play is soft and low or hard and in. Nothing away. You got to stay away unless you want the strikeout.
Yeah, wouldn't chase. That's ball 4. So now the problems grow more acute because now you flip the lineup over and you got Betts and Trout coming up with 2 on, including arguably the fastest base runner in the game over at first base.
You got speed everywhere. Even JT, one of the more faster guys. It's going to be interesting, this at bat right here. He started a lot of the guys with breaking balls first pitch.
Mookie Betts First pitch swing, ground ball to short. Jimenez to second one. Altuve to first, got him double play. And Altuve got flipped up and landed hard on the infield dirt. Trey Turner, who came in with a hard slide, checking on him. Altuve said he thinks he's okay. Might have knocked the wind out of him. Excellent turn to the double play. Man, that's some old school baseball right there.
Yeah, Turner telling him, hey, my bad, but check out this slide. Nothing malicious about it.
No.
Hard, clean slide. He was actually trying to stop. Perfect throw. There was no intention there on Turner's part. And for Mookie, that was a huge double play in a very stressful situation, moment for Venezuela.
But of course, now you got to deal with Mike Trout in the batter's box. He takes a ball inside. And even with Paul Goldschmidt on deck, you would assume Jose Ruiz wants to be very, very careful with Trout.
I think that's the window you got to go to. Hard and in.
Had a good swing. Went right back to that spot, 1-1.
I think a lot of times where you want to pitch Mike Trout is up in the zone, but I wouldn't necessarily think just up in the zone. I would think up in the zone and into the zone to slow him down with that good breaking ball. Oh, they're gonna try.
Two and one.
That's a ball.
Two and two.
I think that's the window. I think that fastball away was more of a, hey, let's see if he's going to stay disciplined in the zone. 2-2 pitch, action pitch.
Trout strikes out swinging.
What an inning. What a moment for Ruiz.
Every seat is filled here tonight, but I have to say, I might have the best one because I'm right next to the Venezuelan dugout. The energy, the atmosphere down here, tambores venezolanos, the great drums that we're hearing played. Dave, 5 different teammates came out of the dugout to congratulate Ruiz on that great second inning. This team is, as you said earlier, very united indeed.
Yeah, and the fan spirit spills all the way down into that dugout and vice versa. I mean, it's just, we don't have to say it. It's obvious. You watch on the field what this means to the players involved. David Peralta leading off here in the bottom of the second, takes ball 1.
I want to know how important this game is. If you look at the dugouts, nobody is sitting in the back benches. Everybody's top deck. Everybody's engaged. Talk about the meaning of this. You talk about the trainers. You talk about the bat boy. Everybody's top deck.
On the ground, right into the defense, with no rules prohibiting shifts in the World Baseball Classic. Teams have been doing that a lot, and Peralta hit it right into the defense.
If you're Lance Lynn, you got to feel very happy about that curveball and getting a swing off of it. We know this guy is more of a fastball cutter change to lefties, but if you got lefties swinging at that curveball, it means he's got a good one today.
Well, you and I watched Eugenio Suarez in pool play go 5 for his last 7 with a home run, hit line drives all over the place. And he's had a couple days off. We'll see if he sort of kept his hot streak going.
Watching him in batting practice, everything was the other way. Everything was to right center, especially those first couple rounds. And then after that, he kind of let it eat a little bit to the left center gaps. But, boy, he's a guy that looks really good. The way he's taking pitches, quieting everything down.
Ball's behind 0-2 against Lance Lynn.
That's a good sinker by Lance right there. Staying on the edges.
Suarez the other way. Mookie Betts sprinting back. It's over his head. Now Betts with the great arm. Throws into second. The slide, and he's safe.
Hey, if we talked about first round of BP, of batting practice, that's exactly what he was doing right there. Not trying to do too much. A lot of times we see Eugenio Suarez just pulling off the ball. Well, he takes that four-seamer right there. Look how connected he is. With his back elbow, his backside, and Mookie barehands that ball. Wow, what an athlete. And throws an absolute bullet and strike to second base. A little tardy.
Now Suarez did hop off the bag there.
Oh, he might be out.
And USA is asking for a review. Now Omar Lopez is not happy with this.
Well, I think he's not happy because of the time that was given. I think he had a lot of time for DeRosa to call it if he wanted to challenge it or not.
Yeah, he's pointing out like.
But yeah, he came off the bag right there.
Now that look, it's hard to tell at that exact moment whether a finger was still touching the bag. But at some point it looked like he was off the bag and that tag was on. And Omar Lopez is unhappy with how long that took.
You got to give credit to Turner though. Keeping it.
And there, he's off the bag. Yeah, he's out.
What a break. What a break for Team USA. Omar Lopez is not happy at all.
Yeah, he's hot. He's been Mr. Cool all tournament. So even keeled, but that's the first time really we've seen him that upset. Remember the Houston Astros coaching staff. So instead of a double, the throw was a good one. Turner kept the tag on, and Suarez just came off the bag. So now 2 down. Gleyber Torres goes after the first pitch and pops it up foul on the first base side. 2-1. Look, we could have a whole debate about whether that's really the spirit of replay, whether a replay was designed for that kind of play, but that's the rules, and he came off the bag.
That's the rules.
And it's been in play long enough now to where every player knows you got to hang on.
Ball.
Beautiful swing again from Eugenio Suarez.
Got to be very careful right here. If you're Lance Lynn, 1-1 count. Likes to throw that little baby cutter, it can come in on him.
Only 1 hit so far for Gleyber Torres.
That's a good swing right there.
Yeah, he's looking out at Lance Lynn.
Yeah. See the swing. I mean, this is a good pitch to hit if you're Torres. Just a little bit out in front, but his eyes just lit up, didn't it?
One-two. Rolled over. Foul.
Seeing Lance now making adjustments as he maneuvers through this lineup. A little bit more breaking balls. Speeding guys up, slowing guys down. That's his game.
He struck him out. So Torres goes down. Little help from the defense, and from replay we go to the third. 3-2 USA.
On the day of Team USA's first workout, after manager Mark DeRosa spoke with the team, one player stood up to address the group as well. That was Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt, not known as an especially vocal leader, but he wanted to make the point to his teammates as to why he's playing on the Classic team yet again. He and Nolan Arenado are the two returning players. Goldschmidt was a reserve 6 years ago, but he wanted his teammates to understand just what this tournament means to everyone.
And thank you, JP. It is pretty interesting just knowing Paul Goldschmidt, knowing his personality. He is not near the top of the list of the players where you'd say, okay, who's gonna get up in front of everybody and make a speech.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when he stood up.
3-2, third inning. And the new pitcher, the right-hander Luis Garcia, who's sort of the specialist for this kind of role on Team Venezuela, just was outstanding in 3 hitless and scoreless innings against the Dominican Republic with 7 strikeouts.
Well, he was fantastic against the Dominican team. They're going to need another fantastic outing out of him right now. I mean, if they can get anything as close as what he did against the Dominican, though, Venezuela is going to be very, very happy. That's that pitch, though. That's his best pitch right there. The strike to ball, the fastball that's just spinning out. That looks like a fastball. That's what the hitter's seeing right there. It's not that tight of that. It's not a spinner. It's a little bit of a cutter going down on it. Very hard to read.
Big games for Luis Garcia with the Houston Astros in spots just like this. And he's got the style.
Oh, he's got the flair. He's got the style.
Yeah,
he's got the pitching in the arm. I would like to see another one of those cutters.
Oh, blew him away. 96.
That was nasty. I mean, let's take a look at what he did against the Dominican team, and 7 strikeouts. You talked about that, Dave. Well, he had everything working. He had the fastball, he had the curveball, he had that cutter that we're talking about, but more importantly, he just had him off balance all night. No answer for Luis Garcia's stuff, and he was excited.
You're talking about Devers and Teoscar Hernandez, and the lineup for the Dominican just loaded, arguably as strong and deep as this Team USA lineup. At least close. Arenado, first pitch swing, drives one deep down the left field line, but foul. Way back there.
That's a little baby cutter. I think Nolan wants back. The ball did not do anything. Talk about Nolan, what he likes to do. He likes to pull the ball. He's a pull hitter. No, his first time up, he absolutely rocketed a pitch the other way, but all his homers last year went from left center to left.
Much better execution there. It's 0-2.
These fans are yelling ponche. Strikeout. They want the strikeout.
Two. Slower breaking ball from Luis Garcia. Still only 26 years old.
Well, he baited Goldschmidt with some sliders down and away, and then froze him with that fastball. Too much velo for him. And we see a ponche right now.
1-2. Arenado stays alive. He's a hard guy to punch out.
Absolutely. We talk about the hand-eye coordination that Nolan, as he's telling himself right there, let the ball travel, let the ball travel. His hand-eye coordination is elite. Every big leaguer hand coordination is elite, but when you talk about another level of it, Nolan's up there.
Certainly translates over to the defensive side, where he's one of the all-time greats. 1-2. On the ground, up the middle. Jimenez has it, and he throws high. Arraez. Did he get the tag? No. Called safe.
Well, I think
that took a while.
Yeah, but they're going to talk it over. They're going to talk it over right now. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Now they call him out.
That's a good job right there.
Dan Bellino came up from home plate and helped him out.
Molino did a great job right there, kind of stopping everything, pausing it over, calling him over, saying, hey, hold on a second. I saw a tag. What a great catch by Arraez right there. Very hard to do both. Understand you got to go up in the air, and understand you got to turn around because the runner's coming on you.
Yeah, I thought he scraped his left arm.
Yeah, right there. Very dangerous play right there for both, for the runner and Luis.
Yeah, not a good throw. But Venezuela gets away with it. Now Kyle Tucker takes ball 1. Tucker had one of the 5 hits in the first inning. Team USA was out to a 3-0 lead before Venezuela had taken it at bat.
Well, teammate on teammate. We'll have the last laugh.
2 Astros going head-to-head. We saw Ruiz against Tim Anderson. 2 White Sox facing each other.
Yep. Boy, that was a good fastball right there, down and away.
Kyle Tucker, who fairly quietly has turned into one of the great players all around in the game. He won a Gold Glove for the first time this last year. He's got power, he's got patience. Out in front.
That's a good pitch right there. That action pitch 2-2 right now is going to be very important. We talk about franchise history in a single season, 30 homers, 25 stolen bases. Other guy was Jeff Bagwell. But he's in a pickle right now, 2-2, and this crowd wants to bunch it.
Here it comes. Line drive down the right field line. Santander's not going to get there. Up against the wall. Kyle Tucker against his teammate with a 2-out double.
Just a bad execution right there by Garcia with that fastball up in the zone. Just too much of a good hitter in Tucker. He wanted it up. It needed to be more up. I love the 2-hand finish by Tucker. Boy, what a hitter. Now 2 for 2 in tonight's game. And, yep, he'll give you the salute.
He's pretty quiet, pretty even-keeled personality. Now a chance for a 2-out rally to produce a run. Tim Anderson takes a strike.
And more than not right now, these situations, Garcia really likes to spin the baseball. If it's a fastball, it's going to be his fastball. Either down and away or up to show, but to slow somebody down, that slider is going to be key.
Oh.
Did he go? No.
In the first at bat, Tim got a nice diet of breaking balls from Ruiz. I think the book has been set.
Tucker at second, 2 down. The 1-1 on the ground to third. Suarez has it. The long throw, got him. So Garcia works around that 2-out double. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-2 USA. South Beach. It's still early. Saturday night. We got a lot of night left down there. What a scene for this World Baseball Classic all week long. I mean, it's always a scene here in South Florida, but the international flavor of this tournament, the passion of the fans in the stands, out on the streets, and the way these games have been played, we have had just one great game after another. It's 3-2. Lance Lynn starts off the bottom of the third with a strike to Andres Jimenez.
And that's what happens when you wait 6 years for an event like this.
It is true. There's some pent-up enthusiasm.
Every night's a Super Bowl.
It's interesting you say that, because that really, we heard some people talk about the game Puerto Rico versus the Dominican a few nights ago, saying, well, it's not a great comparison to say it's the World Series because it's one game. It's more like the Caribbean Super Bowl.
It really is. I'm from South Florida, but for months now, all you can hear is about, oh man, we can't wait for the World Baseball Classic. Are you going? Who's got tickets? Do you think I can get a ticket from abuela? Do you think I can get a ticket from my cousin? Do you think I can get a ticket from my friend? Everybody wants the ticket. It's the hot ticket here in South Florida right now.
JP told me tickets were hard to come by.
Sold out everywhere. All the games are sold out.
Yes, I can confirm. Every single ticket sold for all remaining games of the 2023 World Baseball Classic.
Huh. Wow. Abuela, out of luck. Sorry.
All right.
Takes you off the hook.
It does.
2-2.
Hey, if you've really grown in a couple days,
Yeah, I'm getting it, huh?
Cafecito, empanadas, pastelito, now Spanish. Abuela.
I spent some time down in Coconut Grove this morning, getting to know the neighborhoods. 3-2. There are very few places in the world that have the personality as distinct as this city. It just is. When you're here, you know you're here. That's been a great host for this World Baseball Classic with still 3 games to go after tonight. That is ball 4. Jimenez fell behind, works the leadoff walk.
I would think if you're Mark DeRosa, you're starting to talk about, okay, what's next here? Where do we go? We don't want to get this. We don't want this inning to get as long as we may like.
I bet you that's exactly what they're talking about. He said Jerry Manuel, who's his bench coach, has been a real help for him.
Well, the lineup's been turned. Jose Altuve with an absolute rocket in the first inning to left field. That led to a run, but lineup's turned now. Jose, who's had great numbers against Lance Lynn, 15 for 37. Gotta be careful.
This is a bad matchup for the pitcher. Jimenez has good speed at first. Ball 1.
Right now, I know Lynn has been coming in on Altuve, but I would think his bread and butter is making him Altuve go the other way. Altuve's got to beat you the other way. Got to throw those cutters. Got to throw those backdoor 2-seamers. Especially in these counts, he likes to pull in Altuve.
He takes a ball. Real Muto with a little flinch. Dan Bellino said it was up.
I don't think it was that up, as you're seeing JT right there. They're having a nice little chat. I think he was strike. Got to be your pitch for Lance Lynn right now. Got to be very careful. You're looking for the ground ball. Woo! That's the window you want to go. You want to go down and away. Good hit and run count right here.
And Mark DeRosa told us, you're not going to see a lot of that. But Venezuela, I think, a different story. I think they are more willing to put a play on, use the running game. Jimenez not going anywhere, and that's outside.
Well, this is for Omar Lopez, a decision he's got to make. Do you start the runner right here and trust Altuve's ability to control the strike zone? What a moment.
It's only the 3rd inning. Altuve fouls it off.
Boy, he took a good hack right there. Got a really good pitch to hit. I think Altuve is thinking along the same lines of trying to hit the ball the other way. But he was a little tardy there. Anything goes 3-2 now, Dave. Not necessarily a fastball count.
I would think there's a pretty good chance Jimenez would be taken off. We'll see. Not a huge lead. He does go. Altuve drives one down the right field line toward the corner. That's coming over, and it's going to slice foul into the seats. With Mookie, you sort of assume he can get to anything. It's going to be hard for him to climb that wall, though.
Yeah, he can get anything. He covers so much ground. Well, we've seen a cutter and we've seen a two-seamer. I think with Lance Lynn, 38 pitches right now. He doesn't really want to get in a pickle with no outs. Walks are going to kill you.
Team USA has started to crank up the bullpen, so I think you saw that coming. 3-2. Jimenez runs again. Altuve, soft bouncer to third. Arenado's only play is to first, and he throws him out. On the play, Jimenez moves into scoring position.
That's just trusting Altuve swinging at the right pitch right there. Could have easily been a double play. If not, you want your best hitter right now in Santander. If you're Lance Lynn, though, you got to think, you got to be careful first pitch. You can soften him up. Santander is looking for a pitch up in the zone he can drive.
Tying run in scoring position. Off the outside, trying to wrap one around that corner.
In the first at bat, Lynn threw him some good, really good cutters. That backdoor slider right there could be the first act of them now coming hard in.
Santander got tied up a little bit, left center field, and the call made by Kyle Tucker. He catches it, 2 down.
Yeah, but that was just a really good executed pitch right there. Hard in cutter, started him with the backdoor curveball. That's just to show him his eyes, but the cutter was that pitch. Let's take a look at Luis Arraez's homer. It's a little cutter that just doesn't do much. Stays up in the zone. Too good of a hitter. When he smells that pitch up in the zone like that, Luis Arraez more than not will make contact and will make you pay for it.
So 2 down. Arraez did that in his first at bat after Team USA had scored 3 in the top of the first. Arraez hit the 2-run home run in the bottom half. We haven't had a run since then. He takes a strike. Fastball on the inside.
Problem with Arraez is that he's a line-to-line hitter. You know, he'll make an adjustment. No, he took that cutter up in the zone for a homer, but now he can go to work. Not a good fastball there from Lance Lynn. Couldn't pull the trigger.
The play Arraez on the infield pull. Not an extreme overshift, but Turner shaded up the middle. Arraez goes down the left field line. Tucker chasing after this one, and it's going to drop foul. 0-2.
Well, he's made some good pitches right there in Lance Lynn. Hard guy to strike out. But if you're Lance, you got to try it, right? You got to bait him a little bit, see if he's aggressive.
Leadoff walk with the top of the order coming up. This would be a good job by Lynn if he could hold the line. What might be his final inning, we'll see. 0-2. Arraez to left field again. This one Tucker's got a read on, and he catches it. So Lance Lynn, well done after the leadoff walk. We'll go to the 4th. Still 3-2 USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Home Run Bingo with Kyle Schwarber. Remember that home run to the top of the scoreboard at Wrigley? He's homered in every conceivable postseason series. National League, American League, the World Series with the Phillies last fall, and then of course in the World Baseball Classic this month.
What's left? The board is full. Kyle Schwarber, he does have a knack for the big moment.
He does. Probably one of the farthest homers I've ever seen at Petco Park in right field.
Oh my
Upper
goodness.
deck in the playoffs last year. Oh my goodness, I had never seen anybody go up top there. Not even in batting practice.
It truly was just astonishing. First pitch fouled off of Salvi Perez, who's taking a bit of a beating here tonight.
He didn't like that one. You can just hear the grunt.
Comes with the job. So 3-2, fourth inning. Team USA with the lead. All their runs came within the first 5 hitters of the game against the starter Martin Perez.
Mark DeRosa said earlier to us, he just feels like he can hit a homer at any given time.
That's a good list to be on. Most home runs by a left-handed hitter in postseason history. With those names.
This is usually a soft count for Garcia. He won't necessarily go back-to-back fastballs. Not known for that. Gotta be careful here, though.
It's it very hard, and it goes by Altuve. Well, that's not an easy play. You're that far out in the outfield. They had him positioned well in terms of where he was going to hit the ball, but he hit it so hard Altuve couldn't pick it.
An absolute rocket right there. I mean, you got so many variables going on for Altuve. You got a hard hit ball. You got the lips. You got the fake turf. That ball skips under his glove. Yeah. Not much you can do right there with that hard hit ball.
Off the bat, 114 miles an hour.
Rocket.
Another hit for USA. That's 8 hits already in this game. JT Realmuto has one of them. Kind of dunked a double down the left field line his first time up. And he takes a strike. The whole bottom part of this order is Philadelphia style. Schwarber, Realmuto, Trey Turner.
They're going to be stacked.
Yeah, they went to the World Series, had the great postseason run, and then added Trey Turner this offseason. That one is another softly hit ball, but Jimenez made the throw to second, and Altuve couldn't come up with it. After Jimenez did a great job getting to the ball and then made a terrific throw across his body. It got by Altuve, and Team USA is set up beautifully now with second and third and nobody out.
Well, we look at this ground ball by Jimenez, trying to one-hop it all the way through. I think Altuve just positioned himself in a tough situation right there. I would think that if you talk to Altuve again, he'll get behind the bag for an easier catch. He was in front of the bag right there. Got himself in a bad hop.
So that's unlike Jose Altuve. Again, not an easy play, but the fact that the ball also skipped all the way past him allowed Realmuto to move to second. So Turner comes up, infield comes in, nobody out.
Infield's not all the way in. They're playing kind of that 3 depth. They know the runner at third base is not a speedy runner. They have time.
Strike called. So the error on that play means 2 errors in the first 4 innings. Venezuela only made 2 errors in 4 games in pool play.
And in a tournament play like this, you give away outs like this, more than not, the better team's going to make you pay for them.
With Mookie Betts and then Mike Trout on deck. On the ground and diving, Jimenez has it. You got to get up quickly, and he throws out the speedy Trey Turner. What a play.
What a play. That's 2 good plays now for Jimenez. We know about the Gold Glove that he won with the Guardians. And I think that's the best thing about playing 3 depth. You have enough time. You have an extra step for you to make that play. If you're on top of that grass, I don't know if you make that play. Yeah. Garcia loves it.
Well done. That'd be a spot where, in a different scenario, first base is open. You might consider a walk, put a force play on, put the double play in order. But you got Mike Trout on deck. You're not going to do that. Garcia against Mookie Betts. Strike one.
They'll pick and choose the pitches on where they think Mookie's going to swing.
1 for 2 for Mookie Betts. Got the whole game started with a base hit, scored the first run.
Yeah, that's the pitch right there. I think if you go soft with him, it's a contact pitch. Mookie's too good of a hitter. He'll make contact with it. That cutter's at 88, 90 miles an hour. Very hard to decide if to go on it or not. The window's there or the window's up in the zone hard. The strikeout is key here.
And a couple times he's had a hard time getting that pitch high enough when he's tried to go up. Now Salvi Perez wants to talk.
And I think that's why Salvi went out there. He says, hey, if we're going to go up the ladder, we really got to go up the ladder. What do you feel most comfortable with? More than not, history says Luis Garcia likes to go hard cutters down on the dirt. He's got to trust Salvi. Beauty of this tournament is instincts. Guys with the best instincts behind the plate call the best pitches. Salvi has shown that throughout this tournament.
Second and third, one out. 0-2 pitch to Mookie Betts. He foul tipped it. That one got a piece of the umpire. Just barely made contact.
Well, they went up in the zone right there. Mookie was a little late. Can they repeat? What a battle.
With Mike Trout looming. Luis Garcia 0-2. Betts to center field. Going to be plenty deep enough to get a run home. Acuña's there to make the catch. Tagging from third, Kyle Schwarber. He will score, and it's 4-2 USA.
Just a professional at bat right there. I think the only mistake Garcia made in this whole at bat was that last pitch right there. He knows it. He wanted that cutter down on the ground. He left it up. Mookie's too good. He'll make you pay for it.
Excellent job by Mookie Betts to make sure that Team USA got at least one out of a setup where they had second and third and nobody out. So the first run since the first inning.
Hey, the errors will make you hurt. Those hurt.
Yeah. And that did set the whole thing up. So now Trout 1 for 2.
Ball one.
It was interesting hearing from Mark DeRosa about managing this team of superstars, and he used his hands to show us everybody's at this level, meaning a high level, and then he took his other hand and said Mike Trout is up above.
I remember I was in the National League early in my career, and then I went to the American League in Oakland, and I had a teammate of mine, Billy Butler, said, you're about to see the best player now 18 times. Get ready for this. And boy, oh boy, Mike Trout did not disappoint. Every day he wowed you.
The 1-1. 1-2.
That's a challenge pitch right there. Trying to go in, miss his spot. Mike Trout was underneath that pitch. They're trying to go up the ladder on him. That's usually the go-to. Got to be careful.
Garcia's 1-2. Trout had a big swing again.
Boy, he's playing with fire, isn't he? Feels like this whole lineup. You're playing with fire.
And that's why it was not a knock on anybody else. It was just DeRosa trying to emphasize the true all-time great nature of the guy who's at the plate right now.
The captain.
1-2. Foul tipped. And one of the cool things about this is he has never played in a World Baseball Classic. This is his first go-round.
And Mark DeRosa, that was his first call. Hey, Mike, are you in?
D-Row, he's no dummy. Who are you calling first? Yeah.
That guy.
One, two.
I just love Mike Trout for the slugger he is. He still makes adjustments. He chokes up on the bat. And he's always doing all the things he can do to just adjust. Look at him choke up.
Yeah.
Rarely see that in today's game.
2-2. And that one fouled off of Salvi Perez. Ouch.
All Mike can do is laugh a little. He has taken a beating early on. Take a look at this foul ball on this little baby cutter. Ouch.
Right off the quad.
No padding there.
No.
Let's go. What a gamer. Would you try again one more time up the ladder? That's the pitch that Mike Trout is probably looking for.
Another 2-2. Here it comes. Trout lines one to third, caught by Suarez. Sometimes you do your job as a hitter and you still make it out. One run for Team USA. Middle of the fourth, 4-2.
Every player at the Little League World Series dreams of making it to the show. Well, this alumnus of the Brownsburg, Indiana team from 1999 did. He's now on the mound for Team USA, and Lance Lynn won a World Series with the Cardinals in between.
And it's funny, JP talks about the Little League World Series. Omar Lopez, Venezuela's manager, described the feeling of this Venezuelan team as almost like a Little League team where you're all together, having your meals together. It's like a tournament when you're a kid.
Yeah, these guys are brothers. They joke around together. They've spent a lot of time together here in Miami. Just a lot of fun for all the teams to do that.
Lance Lynn is one of those big leaguers who pitched in the Little League World Series. Salvi Perez pulls the first pitch here in the bottom of the fourth foul. Team USA has added on to their lead. It's 4-2.
It's the one time a year or event that you can really feel like brothers. All right, once you go off to your teams, it's a little bit different. It's the one time that you feel like a family.
Line drive up the middle, speared on one hop by Anderson. And he throws out the catcher. Let's go back to JP.
To Yonder's point, it was really interesting to hear Omar Lopez talk about how the players organized on their own workouts and live BP sessions in January and February, because of course you cannot organize and work out as a team. It's all self-directed, and that was really a function of the leadership on this team. Miguel Cabrera, Robinson Chirinos, the veterans on Team Venezuela.
And it does help that so many of the players live here in this area.
And for Omar Lopez, he even said he wanted guys to send them videos. Hey, I need to see how you're hitting. I need to see how you're running. So there was a constant communication with Team Venezuela and their players.
Acuna for one tonight, although that doesn't really describe how his first at bat went. He takes a strike here. He scorched a liner to center field.
Yeah, I would like to see him start a little earlier with that leg kick. He's just enough in between. That's why I think they're pounding him in.
Trying to come in again. 2-1.
And more than not, that's the play, right? His knock is just sometimes he starts a little late with his leg kick, but when it's on, oh, he can hit anything that comes his way. The power's there.
On the ground to short. Trey Turner throws him out. Does this count as the brotherhood?
That's it right there. Doing a little dancing with Altuve. Little fake cat. He doesn't like cats.
he's really got a phobia. If he thought a towel was.
Oh yeah, we asked Omar Lopez earlier today. He says, you know, I had to tell the guys, you got to calm down. I don't need him to have a heart attack here in this World Baseball Classic.
We got the drum in the dugout again tonight. David Peralta on the ground, base hit. His first hit of the game, a 2-out single for Venezuela.
A guy who's got really good numbers against Lance Lynn as well, and make it 7 for 17. 385 mark. You see a first pitch fastball right there. Peralta wasting no time, hitting it through that hole. Boy, he's looked good in this tournament, hasn't he?
He's really played well. Going to be a Dodger this year. If he stays healthy, he looks like he's got a real chance to contribute. Andy Pettit is the pitching coach for Team USA, and he's going to come out for a word with Lance Lynn. For Venezuela, 2-out single, he sort of feels innocuous, but any chance to get Eugenio Suarez up with somebody on base right now is a good thing, because of all their hitters, he may be the one who's most locked in at the moment.
Well, and there's a lot of them that are hot, but yeah, no question, he's going line to line. Talked about his approach, especially during batting practice, using the whole field. This is a good mound visit. Andy Pettit and Lance Lynn, just calm him down a little bit, but wanting to tell him, hey, you got to be careful with one of their hotter hitters. Just because he's hitting down in that order doesn't mean he's one of their top guys.
All right, so meeting over. Kendall Graveman, who was up last inning, is up again in the bullpen for Team USA. Dave Righetti, the bullpen coach, one of the all-time best pitching coaches. Off the inside.
I would think the way Torres has been swinging the bat in this tournament, they're going to be very careful with Eugenio Suarez. They're going to test his approach. Can he control the strike zone?
First time up, Suarez hit a double, but came off the bag and was tagged out, so it only goes down as a single, but hit one over the head of Mookie Betts in right field. There's Gleyber Torres, and you're right, he just hasn't been as locked in as Suarez. Low.
We've had some issues with the mound. I don't think Lance Lynn's kind of slipped a little bit off that mound on that pitch.
Last night it was Jorge Lopez who got stuck a little and stumbled, kind of turned his ankle.
And he's trying to get a good grip on that mound. Mark DeRosa is talking. They're moving.
Yeah, this could be it for Lance Lynn. 55 pitches. He's got a few more in terms of how many they're willing to have him throw, but just in terms of the way the game is playing out.
The key here is, can Lance Lynn keep his ego aside though and not want to walk Eugenio Suarez? Be too careful with him. You got to be careful.
3-1 pitch. Suarez. Wow. Lynn got away with one.
Oh. Part of the plate right here. Eugenio Suarez wants this pitch. He wanted to tie this ball game up. Can he see another one? I doubt it.
Peralta will get the head start from first. There he goes. Suarez got another one out over the plate. Had another big swing.
Just a hanging baby cutter right there. Those cutters go a long ways. If you're Eugenio Suarez though, now you gotta simplify the approach. You've had 2 pitches to hit. Control what you can control, and that's just the next pitch.
So we'll do it again. Goldschmidt playing behind Peralta, so he'll get that head start. 3-2. Suarez strikes out swinging. He dug deep for that one, Lance Lynn. 1 hit, no runs for Venezuela.
This year, the pitch timer is in for Major League Baseball, which means Luis Garcia's distinctive rock the baby motion is out. So he's had to be more efficient. Dave and Yonder tonight, so far, so good.
He was one of the players, thank you, JP. Major League Baseball specifically sent videos, reached out to personally as a guy who's going to be impacted by the way the rules are going to be implemented this year. Paul Goldschmidt swings and misses on that first pitch from Garcia here in the 5th. It's 4-2 Team USA. I give baseball credit for doing that, being proactive with the guys that they thought would be most impacted.
I give a lot of credit to Garcia for changing his approach as well. It's not easy if you've been throwing like that for 10, 12 years, and all of a sudden now you got to change your windup. And this stuff has been outstanding throughout this whole tournament. He looks like he's been doing this all his life, and it's sharp. He's got a fastball, he's got a good cutter, he's got a good curveball. He needs a 0 here in this inning. Big inning for him.
Yeah, you got 3, 4, 5 for Team USA. And the American bullpen is the strength of the pitching staff. So Mark DeRosa's got everybody available tonight in the bullpen.
A lot of good arms.
Daniel Bard has replaced Graveman, so I think from now on you're going to see a bullpen game for USA. Line drive left field. Peralta lays out and makes a catch.
What a play.
He hit the turf hard.
He sure did. It was an all-out effort right there. What a fine play. A former pitcher turned into an outfielder. Great hitter out of Valencia, Venezuela. Well, he covered all of that ground and much more. Garcia loves it. Fans don't. What a play.
He's hurting a little bit out there. I'm hoping that as opposed to an injury, it's more just that hurt.
Yeah, that just hurt.
Because Peralta's been a guy who has had a hard time staying healthy in his career. That's been something that's held him back.
This year with the Dodgers.
Yeah, he had some back surgery this winter. Arenado. And a high strike given. There haven't been that many high strikes in this game, so I understand why Arenado wasn't happy with that one.
DeRosa didn't like it. McCann didn't like it. Nolan did not like it. That pitch is up in the zone.
Here it comes. Arenado down the right field line toward the corner. Slicing foul.
There's been 2 balls up in the zone right there. Whether or not the window goes down after that.
Oh, 2 on the ground to first base. Arraez is going to take it himself. 2 outs.
Talked about how important this inning is for Garcia. Those are 2 well executed pitches right there. Get Paul Goldschmidt. You get Arenado. And now he's got Tucker.
And it's possible that if he gets through Kyle Tucker cleanly here, that in the 6th inning we could see somebody else from the bullpen for Venezuela. 47 pitches down.
Well, they're quiet.
Yeah, Garcia's they want him to finish this inning for sure. Kyle Tucker, foul tip on the first one, strike 1. Tucker's 2 for 2 so far.
One of the more rare guys you see using no batting gloves.
No batting gloves. Just grab some dirt.
Let's go. More than not, when you have a player with no batting gloves, he's a pretty good hitter and a pretty good player.
Came way inside and bounced well in front of the plate.
Always felt like if I was a manager, I would always have one guy on my team that doesn't use batting gloves.
Just set the tone.
Sets the tone, baby. Hard-nosed player.
He blasts that one down the right field line toward the corner. It is gone. Home run.
We talk about who has the last laugh. For the teammates, Mr. Tucker with the salute.
Who needs batting gloves?
Who needs them? What a swing. Two hits off of his teammate. And boy, they couldn't have come in a more special and important moment.
His first home run in the World Baseball Classic.
Woo! Well, he gets a little breaking ball right there that just hangs. Look how connected he is, and two-hand finish. Oh, vintage Tucker right there. He's done that before.
Had a multiple home run game in the World Series. Now Tim Anderson going in that direction, but that'll be a foul ball. Garcia was cheering that World Series effort when Kyle Tucker did it here. That's a gut punch for Venezuela.
Huge.
5-2. Anderson held up.
Talk about DeRosa, how well he spoke of Tim Anderson. He's been a plug for them.
He did. He called him kind of not the surprise guy, but the guy who really has impressed him. He hadn't spent as much time around personally.
He said, hey, it's not a knock on Bobby Witt Jr. It's just I got to put Tim Anderson in there. I mean, Bobby can have a huge at-bat, but he's got to feel like Tim Anderson's their guy.
Part of what he was talking about was Tim Anderson has never played second base. And he's willing to do that here on the big stage. This time he strikes out swinging. Garcia's second strikeout, but Kyle Tucker, his Houston teammate, takes him deep down the right field line. Halfway through 5, it's 5-2 USA. High stakes here tonight. 3 of the 4 semifinalists are set. Japan and Mexico on Monday night. Semifinal number 2. The game tomorrow night will feature Cuba playing in South Florida for the first time in decades against the winner of this game. Sunday night here in Miami, Cuba, and then the winner of USA Venezuela, 7 Eastern tomorrow. And then the championship of this World Baseball Classic on Tuesday night. Daniel Bard takes over. Now it's the bullpen's turn for Team USA. United States leading 5-2. This will be the 3rd appearance in the World Baseball Classic for Daniel Bard.
Now the 37-year-old right-hander is going to face the easier part of this lineup. They can kind of put that bridge, that 5th inning bridge to the 7th. USA will be in good shape, but you know what a story for Daniel Bard. I've been facing him since he was in North Carolina, a Tar Heel. Always has had a good fastball and a good slider.
Really a remarkable story, the way he revved his career back up after so many years out of the game. But those are one small miss, one very big miss with the fastball, and he's fallen behind Gleyber Torres 2-0.
That's always been the knock on him. Can he throw enough strikes? Gets himself in trouble. The stuff is there, but he's got to locate it.
It's not close.
You know the story, right? He dealt with the yips following the injuries of 2012. Kind of caused Bard to struggle in the minors and eventually will become a free agent. After a couple years with the Diamondbacks organization as a coach, he decided to give it another try, and boy, he figures some things out.
Got to throw a strike here, 3-0. And he does. He was playing catch with some of his players that he was coaching, and they were like, yo, you're throwing really hard. Maybe it's time to give it another shot.
He sure did.
3-1. That is nowhere close, ball 4. You're up 3 runs. That's the last thing that Mark DeRosa wanted to see, a leadoff walk.
Well, his last outing, an inning and 2/3, 4 earned, 4 hits, 2 base on balls. Not the appearance he wanted. And right now, he's off to a shaky start.
And part of it was Team USA's bullpen was thin, and Mark DeRosa explained, well, we just kind of had to stick with him. We knew he wasn't that sharp. A little different scenario tonight. I would be surprised if somebody didn't get up behind him. First pitch to Jimenez, got the call on the outside corner.
That's a good fastball. That's through the glove. That's what you like to hear from the pitching coaches when they're in sync with their lower half and their command of that strike zone. It's all through the glove.
Foul, it's 0-2.
A lot of times, kind of the worst thing that could happen for Venezuela is having a left-hander hit. And he's got that vision of a right-hander where he was all over the place. All of a sudden, now you get a lefty, and it kind of balances you out a little bit with the control.
Jimenez walked his first time up. He's also made a couple really impressive defensive plays. A little check swing, pop up behind the mound, charging in, and Arenado couldn't barehand it cleanly. It was his only chance, and a total excuse me hit. Venezuela will take it.
Did anybody call for a pitching wedge? That's a short game right there with a little backspin. Excuse me. I'll take that knock, Nolan. You have no shot. Oh, the spin on that ball. Nothing you can do if you're Nolan right there.
I mean, even if he fields it cleanly, it was going to be extremely tough, as fast as Jimenez is. So now Venezuela 2 on, nobody out, and the top of the order, Altuve.
Well, good time to bunt. Maybe a little surprise bunt right here. Bard not known to be a very good athlete off the mound. Guy who's all over the place. Very tough for Altuve to bunt. We'll see what happens here.
First pitch. That is in there for a strike.
Well, that's a good slider right there. That was tight.
Whether or not it happens, one thing Team USA had to do, Tim Anderson, and this is a play where is it likely he's going to have to field a bunt? Maybe not likely, but they've had to work with him about game plans with how you defend against a bunt. He's not used to playing second base. Way outside, and it goes to the backstop.
That's just as good as a bunt right there. Now you've moved the runners. Now Altuve can go to work.
It's better you don't give up the out.
That's right. You got to slow him down here. I think if you're Mark DeRosa, I would use a little mound visit right here.
That's what's going to happen. Well, it's pretty obvious. Look, it's March. And we always have to keep that in mind in this tournament. Daniel Bard is just not in midseason form. So hard to hear. It's so loud here. Dave Righetti on the phone having to plug his other ear up to make sure he gets the right message.
I just think for the right-handers, he's lost the feel. And I think that's why we were talking about, man, they brought a lefty in to hit now in the lineup. It could be a great thing for Bard, but you put a righty in there, he's lost the control completely. And if you're Team USA, you're calling into that bullpen and saying, get ready and fast.
All right, meeting over. Bard trying to find the strike zone against Altuve. did. 1-2.
He got a good pitch to hit right there. He's got so much action. There's no need to fool around right now with that slider. He hasn't thrown any sliders that were, okay, good pitches. You got to go with what's working right now. Let the action do all the talking for you.
Altuve's not played a clean game defensively. You know he would love to get a big hit here. 1-2. And he fouled it off. A little hang time on that slider.
I was up in the zone right there. Altuve knows it. He wants that pitch again. You see that pitch right there? Just doesn't do anything. Doesn't have any bite going down. Oh, Altuve knows it. I would think the pitch here is that two-seamer, that hard two-seamer down and in.
1-2. And that, oh, got him. Oh, my goodness. Nobody wants to see that. And Daniel Bard right now is having a really, really hard time. And hopefully Altuve's okay. That was coming towards his face. Yikes. Altuve, he's coming out of the game. And I think it's his hand.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Where he got him is the more important part. So let me see. Ooh, that was flush.
And it did. I think it did ricochet off his face, but it was flush off that hand.
Yeah, the thing is, I just think it got his fingers more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The left, all the fingers. That's not going to be.
You just have to hope.
Yeah,
maybe,
just gotta hope.
Maybe somehow you dodged a bullet.
That's a two-seamer riding up and in on you. Hopefully you dodged the bullet there for Altuve.
Santander, bases loaded, and that one goes to the backstop. Everybody will move up or run in. And Daniel Bard right now just has no idea where the ball's going.
He's got. It looks like he's got the yips. I mean, he can't throw a strike right now. They gotta get him out of there.
Yeah, they have to.
And I think you're Mark DeRosa. You're just buying yourself a little bit of time, but he's got to come out.
Yeah, it's for everybody's sake. I went behind Santander.
I would think everybody's. I mean, this is a hard take a pitch here. You got to take a strike. He's nowhere near the zone.
Have to. Jason Adam. As soon as he's ready, I got to think he's coming in the game.
Absolutely.
3-0.
Got a feel for Bard.
Walked him.
Wow.
Two walks, a hit batter, a very wild pitch. And now Daniel Bard is coming out.
17 pitches, 7 strikes. More balls than strikes. I'll get you the hook right there.
So it will be the right-hander Adam who will inherit a mess. The lead for Team USA is definitely on the line. 5-3, bases loaded, and we'll be back right after this.
A tense fifth inning here in Miami, and one thing to keep in mind, Dave, we did see Kendall Graveman in the bullpen during the fourth inning, but it's not clear at this moment if, for example, the White Sox would have been comfortable with Graveman warming up, not getting in the game, and then warming up again. There are certainly restrictions that go along with many relievers, and that could have been why Bard faced a fourth batter.
Could be as part of managing through this tournament with the dual considerations of winning these games and also being ready for the big league season. Jason Adams been really good. The right-hander who had an excellent year with the Tampa Bay Rays, going to have to do some magic here to get through this with the lead still intact.
Well, we know his best pitch is that slider. He's got a changeup to go with it, mid-90s four-seam fastball, but the slider's the pitch here. Loves to throw it.
Arraez takes that slider just a little bit low.
He's got the third lowest batting average on the slider in the big leagues. Opponents hit just .95.
That's not a lot of hits. Bases loaded, no outs. Arraez, who has a two-run homer in this game already. Tying run at second, go ahead run at first. Rengifo, who came in to run for Altuve, who's got good speed, the guy at second. We're all hoping that Altuve's okay. A long pause. Finally, a strike.
That's a good changeup right there. I've always said this, the slider off the changeup is the toughest pitch to hit. As we see that spin on it, Arraez just gave up completely. He was taking a pitch right there.
Jason Adams last year in the big leagues inherited 31 runners, allowed 3 of them to score. He's kind of become a specialist at this kind of thing. Arraez speared by Anderson. The throw to second to get the out there. What a play. A run comes in. It's a one-run game, but that could have been so much worse for Team USA. Just robbed Arraez of a base hit.
Arraez can't believe it, but if you're Team USA, you'll trade him out for a run anytime. He almost bobbled it off the glove right there. Made a good one hot throw to Turner.
That's a guy who's never played second base ever.
Unbelievable. What an athlete. I just love the angle that he takes on that ball. I mean, it's a back angle, making sure of one. I don't think he was thinking 2 right there, but he had to make sure of 1 and secure 1.
Salvi Perez tying run at third, 1 out. Trying to keep the ball off the ground. He is definitely a candidate. If you can get him to hit a ground ball, you got a chance to get through it with the lead still at 5-4. It's only the 5th inning.
Gotta be careful with Salvi here.
The 1-0. The topper foul.
Rare changeup. Righty changeup right there. You don't see those often. Given that Adams' best pitch is that slider, I will think the 1-1 slider here is crucial for him. But can Salvi be sitting on it? We know he hit a homer earlier in the tournament on a slider to left center. Changeup's the play.
Jason Adams. That one is line, fair ball down the left field line. That'll tie the game and maybe more. Going to dig it out, Tucker. Here comes Arraez. He gets the stop sign late and scrambled to get back. Into second, Salvi Perez. It's 5-5.
Valencia, Venezuela. Levántense. Your leader, your capitán, Salvador Perez. What a moment when you need him the most.
I'm hoping Arraez is okay. That smile tells me he probably is.
Well, he took the changeup. Just got enough of it, and he knows that how important it is for his team. And everybody's running. Talk about a guy in 2017 who had to leave the World Baseball Classic early. Well, he's come up clutch.
Another huge hit for him. Now Acuna infield in. Tie game, 1 out, breaking ball, strike one. Arraez had to slam on the brakes.
Now you see him, he shuffled a little bit there, had to make sure that ball got through Nolan. You see everybody waving except for one guy. That's a heads-up play by Arraez right there, running with his head up.
It's the downside. Acuna to center field. Trout all the way back onto the warning track to make the catch. Arraez will tag. He'll come in to score. Salvi Perez tags and goes to third. Venezuela has its first lead of the night.
They punched back. Acuna loves it. Or they've taken advantage. Every inch has mattered for Venezuela in this inning. Needed a big swing right there by Acuna. He just missed the homer.
He just missed one.
But he got the job done.
Inning still going. 2 down for Peralta. The curveball. Strike one.
Hey, it's only the 5th inning.
I know. Can we make it through the 9th? I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It's only the quarterfinals.
What a scene.
On the ground, the second. Tim Anderson kicked it. Picks it up and flips to first. Adrenaline pumping. Venezuela with a 4-run inning to take their first lead of the game. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of World Baseball Classic, Inc. and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Oh, my goodness. We're through 5. It's 6-5 Venezuela. Let's go down to JP.
Dave, I was here 6 years ago for the U.S. Dominican Republic game that was the loudest baseball stadium I'd ever seen and heard. Tonight is exactly as loud and maybe even louder, especially during that last half inning. It is deafening down here on the field.
You got to give these Venezuelan fans so much credit, because in pool play, I think they were outnumbered by Puerto Rico's fans, the Dominican Republic's fans.
Well, they've shown. They've come out.
They've found their way in tonight for a showdown with one of the great star-studded lineups that you could ever dream up. Team USA. Luis Rengifo, who ran for Altuve, takes over at second base. Altuve got hit by a pitch, had to come out of the game, got hit on a finger.
Wishing him the best.
Yes, we are. Luis Garcia still in for Venezuela. Altuve's Houston teammate Schwarber fouls it off.
Well, as the 5th inning was the most important for Team USA, I would think the top of the 6th now becomes the most important inning or half inning for Venezuela. They certainly need a stop here.
Yeah, you've managed to turn this game around. It was 3-0 USA. It was 5-2. A little bit low.
Well, I just think too, you're facing the bottom of that order. You do not want to turn the order over with Garcia now at 58 pitches.
And Venezuela's got The bullpen working behind him. Spins a curveball in for strike 2.
That's a good pitch right there. Remember, he's been hurt with that slider. He's going to throw it. It's going to be a good one.
It is 2-2. It was a good one. Schwarber did well just to live to see another pitch. Again.
Schwarber has looked good in this at bat. He's either a little late on the fastball or right on the slider. For Garcia, it's all about executing right now. You're gonna go with fastball up. It's gotta be up. Can't miss.
That one is hit high in the air to center field. Acuna on the warning track. Out number 1.
Schwarber wants that back. He just missed it. Inches from tying it. We take a look at this pitch right here on this slider. Oh, just got a little bit under it. That's all.
Said it about Acuna in the bottom half of the 5th inning where he just missed one. Same deal there. And now JT Realmuto. He's got 2 hits in this game tonight. 2 for 2. Venezuela has not gotten him out. Curveball for a strike.
He's looked really good. The way he's taking pitches, you can tell his timing is completely synced in. Ooh. Oh,
that's the good one right there.
Oh, you talk about a strike to ball right there. Oh, if he's living there. These fans want the ponche.
Line drive, right field, Santander. 2 down.
Well struck ball right there. Right out of Santander. As he smiles and grins. I don't think he was looking the ball into his glove, but gotta love it.
He knew he had it.
Gotta love it.
So 2 down. Trey Turner up for the 3rd time. A walk and a ground out for Turner.
Love that last pitch on JT Realmuto with the little rock. He went back to the rock, the baby right there. Pretty sweet. Woo! That's sharp. He's feeling it right now. The rhythm, everything's kind of a little bit faster. That's when you know he's feeling it.
1-2. Maybe his final pitch of the night. The 1-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. 6-5 Venezuela.
Well, let's take a look at Daniel Bart's 5th inning debacle. And he was just all over the place. We got to wish well to Altuve on that fastball up and in. But he just could not find the strike zone. Then Adams comes in and, well, he unloads all the bases on the Salvador Perez changeup. Acuna with a deep drive to Mike Trout, gets the sac fly for Arraez, and all of a sudden now Venezuela has punched back on Team USA, taking the lead 6-5. But it all started with Bard, 17 pitches, only 7 strikes. Not what was intended for Mark DeRosa and Team USA.
Adam Ottavino takes over on the mound. 2022 season with the Mets. Another excellent season for him. Trying to keep it a 1-run game. Suarez. It's 1-1.
One of the tougher right-handers on righties. This is a guy who, for the most part, right-handers just do not touch at all.
You just see Suarez. I mean, he was backing out like that pitch might hit him. It was in the strike zone. So that gives you some idea. He is not real comfortable.
He's a crossfire guy, loves to use the slider, has a really good fastball, but it's a tough on righties.
Foul away.
Got good movement, good action, especially with that two-seamer, but Ottavino's been in big situations his whole career. Big innings.
Fourth pitcher of the game for USA. Wow. He thought he had him.
He sure did.
Real Muto thought he had him.
I think Eugenio thought the same thing. Take a look at that sweeping slider. Oh boy. Yeah, he got away with one right there.
Two-two. Hold on the ground, foul.
Second World Baseball Classic appearance for Arenado. He pitched for Team Italy in the 2009 World Baseball Classic.
He's been good for a long time. He's had some ups and downs. Most relievers do over the course of their careers. He's lasted a long time. Arraez strikes out swinging.
Boy, that was sharp. All Eugenio can do right there is just shake his head. Give him the best battle he can give him. That's a good fastball right there. Going back to that fastball one more time.
Now Gleyber Torres. We kind of knew he was the first hitter that Daniel Bard faced, and Bard walked him and was all over the place. And the way Torres has swung the bat in this tournament, it really gave you an idea that Daniel Bard just had no sharpness whatsoever. 2-0.
Gleyber's credit, a lot of times you face a guy like that and you get a walk and it's, you know, the glass is half full, not half empty. It can kind of turn things around for you, facing a guy that he knows very well in Ottavino.
Slider got the call on that one.
Problem is, if he throws it 2-0, there's a good chance he'll throw it 2-1. Got to respect the heater though. Starts with a fastball if you're Gleyber. Got to adjust.
Down the right field line, foul, 2-2. Went with another slider.
I think that was that pitch for Gleyber. There was one pitch. It was that one.
Jimenez, the ninth place hitter, waiting on deck. Gleyber is hanging in there, putting up a fight.
That's what you got to do against him. Hopefully he throws you a spinning slider that just doesn't spin.
Arraez spoils another one. This time a fastball. It was pretty nifty.
Huh. How about that?
Borrego, the third base coach for Venezuela. Omar Lopez talked very highly about his coaching staff. A lot of young, inexperienced coaches. Struck him out with the slider.
That's a good pitch right there. Last year in 2022, Ottavino with 2 strikes threw the slider 54% of the time. 33% of the time it was out of the zone to get a pitch. Right there, that's a strike to ball. Not much you can do with it if you're Gleyber Torres. You had your chance 2-1. You missed it on a good pitcher like that. He won't give you another one.
So 2 outs. They overload the pull side for the left-handed hitter, the shortstop Jimenez. And he hits one the other way. Arenado, what a play. Stands up and he got him. Wow.
A Gold Glover for a reason, a Platinum Glover for another reason. What an absolute play by Nolan Arenado. Yeah, he's done that before. Wow.
Back into the bullpen for Venezuela. Luis Garcia went 4 relief innings for Omar Lopez's team. And while he was out there, the offense came to life and has come from behind to take a lead. So now Carlos Hernandez takes over. Part of the Royals organization, pitched against Nicaragua and threw 2 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts a few days ago.
Well, if you want to talk about power, you're about to see Carlos Hernandez show some power. Forcing curveball slider split. This is a guy with velocity, can run it up there.
100 for his first pitch of the night to Mookie Betts. Mookie tonight 1 for 2 plus a big sacrifice fly. Now it's 2-0.
So similar to Bard, his knock is also throwing a lot of balls.
Yeah.
He's got to show command. If not, he's going to be off the hook quickly.
Yeah,
the leash is short.
He really struggled with that last year.
I would think, you know, it's Salvi there with that kind of, let's go take a look at him, telling him, hey, you got a command right now.
And Salvi knows him. Those 2 work together in Kansas City. So there should be a real comfort level. Jose Quijada plus his jersey warming up in the bullpen.
Woo!
Strike 1.
He's got it on now. We'll see by the end.
2-2.
Harding. Well, he's a little late right now. 2-2 is the action pitch for Carlos. We know about that good slider he's got. You got to respect the 100 if you're Mookie.
It's the hard slider. Full count now. 3-2.
The beauty of that 2-2 pitch slider is that if he throws it 2-2, you might throw it 3-2. Got to respect it though. Mano a mano right here.
That's foul ball. 1-0-1. Quijada's warming up, but you don't have a left-hander until Kyle Tucker. So you got Trout, you got Goldschmidt, you got Arenado. Omar Lopez wants to stick with this right-hander.
He sure does.
3-2. A pop-up. Arraez makes a call and a catch. Well, it wasn't easy, but he got through Mookie.
When you talk about how great Salvi is, that's what Salvi does for you. First 2 pitches way out of the zone. After that, took his time, went to go have a nice little chat with him and got him back in the zone. He's a manager on the field. He's a captain in the locker room. And he's got the hearts of all of a country in Venezuela pulling for them.
Counting outs now. We're in the 7th inning. Trout. 100 to Mike Trout, strike 1. Trout had a heck of a battle with Luis Garcia his last time up, lined out hard to third. Slider high. Could tie the game with 1 swing.
Big pitch right here, 1-1. You want to win this at bat against Mike Trout, you better win these counts right here, 1-1. It can get very dangerous for him if he doesn't.
Ball 2.
Well, I would say the at-bat starts now. Can he catch up to the heater?
Close.
Very close. See that 4-seam right there up in the zone. Very close.
Trout threw the fastball 3-2.
And way behind it. He was extremely late on that fastball. I wouldn't be surprised on another one right here. And they're yelling ponche. They want it.
Three-two. Trout strikes out swinging. Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen Mike Trout take those swings like that, especially winning a count. 3-1, 3-2. Talk about explosiveness. Right here is explosiveness.
Wow.
Just absolutely dominated.
He was looking at him all the way back to the dugout like, who in the heck is that? Woo! Strike 1 to Paul Goldschmidt.
Wow.
Goldschmidt pulls it into left field. That's a base hit. So he went with the off-speed stuff. Peralta cuts it off. And that'll hold Goldschmidt to a 2-out single.
That's just the respect of Paul Goldschmidt right there. Throws him a fastball for a strike, and all of a sudden wants to get cute. Throws him a slider there, and I think he got lucky that it was just a base hit.
Yeah.
Peralta did a great job getting that ball back. Goldie was running hard like he always does.
Goldschmidt's a really good base runner. For a guy who hits for as much power as he does, maybe the best base runner of his kind of player in the game. So he's at first with 2 down. Arenado, a little half swing, punch shot foul.
I mean, these swings that from these hitters, they've been on guys that like to hit the fastball. I mean, this is a guy, Nolan Arenado, who loves to hit the fastball, and these swings have been where you don't see these early on swings. You usually see these with 2 strikes. Tells you how good his stuff is for Carlos Hernandez.
How in the world did he have a 7 ERA last year? On the ground to third, foul. Suarez made a diving stop, but a foul ball. It's 0-2.
I think when you can control the strike zone like that, like Carlos is doing, more than not, good things are going to happen.
Can you imagine his reaction coming off the mound if he can get through this?
Well, the fans want to see it.
There can only be one pitch coming, right?
I would think it's 100 coming right at you.
0-2. Well, maybe not. Line drive left center field. It was 1-0-2 and maybe harder coming off the bat. Goldschmidt speeding around toward third. Acuna cut it off. And for now, that keeps Venezuela ahead.
All right, Nolan. You want to talk about hitting 102 miles an hour? This is exactly how you do it. You feel like you have a hammer on your bat, and you have to work from top to bottom on the ball, not over swinging. You want to, and the harder they throw, you want to swing less. Talk about a fastball guy that likes to hit the fastball. Carlos Hernandez likes to throw the fastball, where Nolan was absolutely ready for it.
So Hernandez comes out. Quijada will come in with Tucker coming up. 2 on, 2 out. We'll be back. It's been a heck of a game for Kyle Tucker. 3 for 3, single, double, and that swing straight down the line for his first World Baseball Classic home run.
Talk about the bat, the sweet spot zone. In that 5th inning, Kyle Tucker's homer off Luis Garcia. A slider in Houston. We have a problem.
At that point, Team USA was in control. Since then, Venezuela rallied with a 4-run inning in the bottom of the 5th to take the lead. Now, a chance for Team USA to tie or more. We've never had a cycle in the history of the World Baseball Classic. This is an elimination game. Even more important than that is the lead is on the line, and it'll be a left-hander out of the bullpen, Jose Quijada.
Fastball, changeup, slider. Lefties were 6 for 52, 115 opposing average on him last season. A big moment for Quijada.
Division opponents. Tucker takes a fastball high and tight. We have a right-handed hitter on deck, so if Quijada loses Tucker, then he's got to face Tim Anderson.
And for Quijada, both times he's come out of the pen, first batter, he's been a little wild. A little too much adrenaline at times.
That is real close, but called a ball. They face each other 7 times, and Kyle Tucker has hit a home run against him in a big league game.
He's found himself on a fastball count right here. You know, he took that slider for a homer. Fastball's coming.
2-0. Fastball, got the call that time.
Very generous strike right there. Rosa's chirping at him. He didn't like it. He's got a point.
Most of the time in this game, that pitch has not been called a strike. That was a big call. It would have been 3-0. 2-1 to Tucker. Quijada, and Tucker fouls the high fastball back. Now it's 2-2.
Well, it's mano a mano. Look at Quijada stare at him right now.
The 2-2. Tucker got one right out over the plate and just was a little bit late.
The presence on the mound, owning the moment, owning the mound, owning the pitch. That's Quijada right now. Can Tucker fight back?
Another 2-2. Tucker, no, did not go. Full count now.
I would think Nolan will be moving right now. As an outfielder, you got to know. We'll take a look at this pitch right here. No, I don't think he went. Everybody's got to know where to go with the baseball if it's hit to them. He had it once, none of that.
Arenado will get the head start. Tying run at third, go ahead, run at first. 2 down, 7th inning, 3-2. Tucker, foul tip.
Little foul tip right there, more than not. Those hurt the catcher.
Oh.
That finger gets all the way pushed back, and he got hit with a bat.
Yeah,
the follow through as well.
Follow through got him. I think that's what hurt.
Yeah, back swing. That's what he's saying. Back swing right there. He's fine. Let's do it again. Party's on.
Three-two. Tucker. Strike three called. Quijada saves the lead for Venezuela for now. Here in Miami tonight at the game, and he was wearing a Team Venezuela hat.
He sure was.
So his team, Puerto Rico, eliminated, so he's adopted Venezuela for the night. David Bednar takes over on the mound, bottom 7, 6-5 Venezuela, somehow still in the lead. Luis Rengifo, who came in for Altuve, his first at bat of the game. It's ball 1.
What a great story for Bednar, the 2022 All-Star, his first career All-Star selection. 2.61 ERA with 19 saves. Homegrown out of Pittsburgh.
2-1. He's turned into one of the great relievers in the game. David Bednar is really good.
Unbelievable, the technology. I remember being his teammate in San Diego 2020. He was a guy that was 93, 94, 92. Now he's 90, 94 to 97 with that unreal slider. Good changeup is where to go with it. What a teammate.
Two and two to Rengifo. Hit that pretty hard out to left center field. Big part of the ballpark though. Mike Trout out number 1.
Well, let's take a look back at that last pitch on Tucker. It was a four-seamer righted. Yeah, I think he got just enough of it. Too close to take. If you're Tucker, I know Tucker didn't like it. Home plate umpire Dan Molino let him know otherwise. Quijada just loved it.
And there was that whole at bat. It was like a showdown between those two.
Well, the jersey stayed on.
They did something with the buttons. I'm telling you.
They sure did. Absolutely, they were reinforced.
The first 2 times we saw him, the buttons had 0 chance in pool play. Quarterfinals tightened up a little bit.
0 chance.
He's bouncing around in there. Now he can't get the shirt off no matter what. Santander has had his quietest night of this tournament by far. It's 0-2.
I would think if you're Quijada, you're going back out there to face Anderson, and the key to the lineup in Schwarber.
Yeah, that could well be. Maybe part of the challenge in the dugout. I'll tip the huge adrenaline surge of that strikeout to keep him engaged and ready to stay in the game.
It's very difficult for a bullpen guy to come in for the bullpen, all adrenaline juices going, and you get that third out and you get to sit in the dugout for a little bit. You have to maintain that heartbeat.
Yeah, maybe that's kind of the point. Don't just sit there, move around a little. Foul tip, strike 3. 2 down. Santander strikes out.
You got to talk about ride and cut right there on Bednar's fastball. You haven't seen those swings by Santander all tournament long. How about just keeps riding at the hands right there. Tough pitch, unhittable pitch to hit.
So now Luis Arraez, who's been in the middle of just about everything. A 2-run homer, a run batted in when he had a hit taken away by Tim Anderson.
Boy, he looks hitterish, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
He gave a little Juan Soto shuffle right there. Steal strike right there, that curveball. That's the beauty of these arms coming out of the pen now. They throw just more than 1 or 2 pitches. They have good feel for all of it.
Two and one.
I would like to stay hard with Arraez. You know, he hit that breaking ball for a homer. Good runner.
He hammers that one down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is off the foul pole.
San Felipe, otra vez. Venezuela, levántense. Luis Arraez is here.
And on top of it, a bat flip for the ages.
Wow.
Talk about a no-doubter. What a hitter. A cutter for a homer, first at bat. A fourth at bat. A four-seamer for another one.
A guy who hasn't hit for power in the big leagues in the World Baseball Classic has muscled up.
Oh.
Salvi Perez lines out. Never had a multi-home run game in his major league career. In an elimination game here in Miami, Arraez has hit 2. It's 7-5. You thought the home run was towering. How about the bat after it hit the foul pole? And it went high in the air, way up there, about halfway up the foul pole. The home run from Arraez. The bat flip went 2 stories high itself. So now Quijada's got a 2-run cushion. Eduardo Escobar has come in the game to play third base. Suarez moves over to first. Arraez goes to second. So Renjifo's the guy who comes out. And it's ball 2. So Quijada, Tim Anderson could try to help Team USA. They still have 6 outs of life. Rally back down 2. There's a strike.
Well, that's the World Baseball Classic for you. Every pitch matters. Every home run matters. Never out of it.
You got Schwarber, the lefty, on deck. That's what you were talking about. Now maybe the idea for Venezuela is to at least let Quijada go through Schwarber. 2-2.
Salvador Perez is trying to tell Quijada, got to calm down a little bit. Can't make mistakes.
The old number 1. 2-2. 3-2. Well, with the great hitters for Team USA, just 1 base runner and you got a chance.
And this is the reason right here in the 8th. Tim Anderson's got to be sitting fastball here. Can't afford a walk if you're Quijadas.
3-2. It is inside, ball 4. He did walk him.
Doing the celebration of Arraez's homer. Look at Altuve.
Still got his uniform on. JP?
At the moment, the official statement on Altuve is he is being evaluated for an injury to his right hand. The Astros will provide an update tomorrow, and Dave, that explains that very emphatic high five was with the left hand.
Correct. Pete Alonso's going to hit here now. And Quijada's got to face him. Alonso's had a tough World Baseball Classic. He could erase all of that doing what he does best.
1 for 9 with 4 strikeouts. Big moment for Pete here.
He takes a strike. Anderson with the leadoff walk. That means Alonso's the tying run.
That's a good take right there. That's a slow, steady Eddie take right there. He saw that pitch all the way. There was no flinching on that. Talk about the most home runs since the start of 2019. All these guys are on. Most of these guys are playing today. And Pete, Schwarber, and Eugenio. That's pretty good company right there. 1-1 count. Big count right here.
The pitch. Alonso takes it high again.
And he looks good right now. On Salvador Perez, you got to slow him down. He's looking nice.
He plays in this ballpark a lot. Division rival of the Marlins. He's hit 11 career home runs in this park.
Oh, I would be careful with this pitch right here. There is smoke in the air.
2-1. Alonso to shallow right. Santander, and nobody's going to get to him. He comes up throwing and fires way offline. Good play by Escobar to back the play up. Alonso will take it. His first hit of the tournament. 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, not trying to do too much right there. Gets beat on that fastball. Well located fastball up and in. And Pete just tries to get enough of it right there. Santander was trying to make that play. Tim Anderson did a fantastic job going halfway. Read the bodies of the outfielder and took off to second.
So now that spot is the tying run, and one of the fastest players in the game is going to run for Pete Alonso. Bobby Witt will come in as the pinch runner.
Oh, D-Row did not make that move earlier in the game in the 7th. Pinch running for Paul Goldschmidt, and now he does with the tying run right there. It's a good move right there by Mike DeRosa. Understanding how important that runner is at first base.
So at least for now, Quijada is staying in this game. Good opportunity here for JT Realmuto and Team USA. Still nobody out. Realmuto has had good at bats all game long. Silvino Bracho along with Arenado up in the bullpen.
Oh, this is gutsy, but you got to be careful with the threats here of guys on base. Tim Anderson taking third base and Witt taking second.
Great speed out there for Team USA, and now Quijada's not getting that high strike. And we're going to get a visit to the mound.
It is so difficult to come out of the bullpen, and when you get the third out, be in the dugout, and they tell you, hey, you're going back out there.
Yeah, we watched them try to manage that while the bottom half of the inning was going on, but we also knew it's just hard.
I would think this pitching visit, mound visit right here, was just to give him a breather. Let Alvarado throw. Let everybody get loose. Double barrel though.
Realmuto ahead in the count, 1-0. He takes ball 2. Tried something else and missed with it. Well, Team USA was ahead 3-0 and then again 5-2. Venezuela came back.
I would think JT would try to go for one here.
2-0. Hit him. Yeah. Way inside, and Realmuto not happy about it. Bases are loaded with nobody out. He had Altuve hit earlier in the game, and again, not the spot where you figure Quijada's trying to do this.
He wasn't trying to hit him. That just gets away in on him. I know JT doesn't like it, but yeah, we see the stare. That's World Baseball Classic for you.
Omar Lopez is on the top step. It's hard to imagine he's going to stick with Quijada, but it looks like no. Just giving an extra moment in the bullpen. So we'll see. It might be Bracho. It might be Alvarado. Alvarado's throwing like he's going to be the guy. I'm not sure he's feeling like he's ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready.
And he's pointing to the right-hander, so it's going to be Bracho apparently. We got a little intrigue here. USA threatening and then some. Back right after this. A massive pressure spot for Silvino Bracho after Quijada just did not have his sharpness here in the 8th inning. A walk, a base hit, and then a hit batter. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Silvino Bracho has thrown the ball really well, particularly his outing against Puerto Rico where he got the save. Bracho did some great work out of the bullpen in that one.
Yeah, only one hit, no strikeouts, but he's done the job. A lot of soft contact. They'll definitely be looking for that soft contact now. They need a double play. Their biggest moment for Venezuela, if not their biggest moment for USA, where they can capitalize right here.
Very hard guy to double up. You got Trey Turner as the hitter, and then after that, Mookie Betts and Mike Trout. 2-run game. The USA not just thinking about tying this game up. You get the best hitters in the world lined up. Anderson, who walked with the pinch runner, and then Real Muto. Silvino Bracho against Trey Turner. His first pitch is a strike. Woo!
That's a good fastball right there. They go back to that fastball down and away.
0-1. Turner, foul ball.
They tried. Boy, he likes the bases loaded, doesn't he? Well, you got him on 0-2 now. The strikeout's got to be the pitch. The strikeout pitch here.
Turner to left field and deep. Peralta back. It is gone.
USA! What a swing! What a moment for Turner! Turn of events. The biggest moment in Turner's career, I would think. World Baseball Classic Grand Slam. Oh, wow.
He sure reacted like it.
He knew it was gone as soon as it left his bat. Trying to throw him a changeup here. Oh, what a mistake. What a moment for Mr. Turner. Oh.
A grand slam to bring your team from behind to ahead in the late innings in an elimination game.
No doubter. Wow.
0-2.
Wow. Speechless.
Now, this is not a knock on Silvino Bracho, but Jose Alvarado, I just don't know if they got him up in time to be ready. It was hard to tell. There was definitely some confusion in that bullpen. That's to center field. Acuna out number 1.
You want to talk about a dugout going absolutely insane for Team USA. Mark DeRosa talked about a big homer. Go meet him at home plate. Well, they sure did that. Look at that. Got the kid waiting for you with a big hug and Ken Griffey Jr. Look at his face. He's on cloud 9.
He might have zoned out there for.
Oh, absolutely. He's still zoned out. Look at D-Row taking a look at him.
So now Mike Trout. 1 out. Very high. And the thing is, Omar Lopez told us today, hey, I might not be able to save Alvarado for the 9th inning. I might have to use him in the 7th and the 8th.
And he talked about her as early as in the 5th inning.
He said, I got to use my best guy in the biggest spot. But he didn't do it.
That was their biggest spot, I would think. He just wasn't fully warmed.
I mean, you gotta have him ready. If that's your philosophy. Now, you know, it happened pretty fast. A walk, a hit, and then the hit batter. One. Trout through the high fastball. Venezuela's the home team. They have 6 outs of life left.
Yeah, but the bad news for Venezuela is they got some arms coming out of that pen.
Devin Williams is the guy warming up right now.
Ball 2.
Late inning reliever for the Brewers. Great changeup fastball combo.
Don't throw it in any count. This home run reminded me of the Nelson Cruz home run in 2017 versus the USA. Payback at his finest here in 2023.
Full count, 3-2.
What a moment.
Trey Turner. Arguably the fastest guy in the game, but power is a part of his game. He has developed more and more home run power as his career's gone on. 3-2. And he strikes out Mike Trout. That's the pitch he was trying to throw.
Right there, yep. 3-2 changeup. Tough pitch for Trout. Got his pitches throughout the at-bat, just missed them.
So 2 outs. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. He hammers one down the left field line. And just a little too quick, it hooks foul.
These look really good.
His teammate in St. Louis.
Thinking, how high was that hit?
It does. With the roof closed, especially, you get that perspective.
Tell the life has been sucked out of this stadium, huh?
Well, the Venezuelan fans were starting the celebration after Arraez hit that home run to pad the lead, make it 7-5. USA has come back and grabbed the lead on one swing. We said it at the top. You know you got a good lineup with Trey Turner's hitting ninth.
Yep.
It did not look like the swing of a ninth place hitter.
Nope.
Goldschmidt strikes out swinging. Trey Turner's grand slam has made it 9-7 USA over Venezuela, and now they give the ball to Devin Williams, who's really looked good in 2 appearances. Only an inning in the third, a couple of strikeouts. The right-hander will take over here in the bottom of the 8th. Let's go down to JP.
At the plate now is the favorite player of young Brooks DeRosa. That would be Ronald Acuna Jr. of their hometown Atlanta Braves. And Dave, let's see how Brooks DeRosa's dad wants to approach this inning.
This might be the one time Brooks might just have to root against his hero here for dad's sake. Acuna 0 for 2, does have a sac fly and a line out. He's had good swings tonight against Devin Williams. Takes the changeup low.
Devin Williams had a great year last year. ERA under a 2 at 1.93, 15 save, 96 strikeouts. But can struggle with command at times.
Acuna. Wow.
60 innings pitched, 65 games, 30 walks. It's a little high.
No swing by Acuna. That pitch could easily have been called a strike.
Yeah.
So it's 2-0. Foul back to the screen.
I think he's bought himself his pitch, Williams' pitch, that changeup with that swing right there. You'll throw it on any count. Always felt like these closers, their best pitch will come on 2-1.
That one is lined to left field and straight over the head of Tucker, who plays the carom. Acuna digging for second in there with a head first slide.
Oh, he was sitting on that changeup. Acuna did not miss it. You want to talk about a rocket? Acuna just hit one. He takes this changeup. Not enough of that turn. Acuna was ready for it. Wow, that pitch was almost on the ground, and it ricochets very hard to Tucker. Just Tucker couldn't make a good throw on the speedy Acuna.
Wonder how Brooks DeRosa's feeling.
Uh-oh.
Happy, sad? It's a complicated game.
It really is.
Now Peralta, he could tie the game with one swing. Big shift on for Peralta. Remember, it's only the 8th inning. That's a ball. It was dropped by Real Muto. I don't know if that cost Williams the strike there.
Peralta, you got all of the left side open.
Other than Arenado. But you're right. Another changeup. It's 2-0.
You have to be able to, if you're Peralta, sacrifice yourself and say, I don't care if I get beat. I got to play the game here. I just hit a nibbler out there. I can get rewarded. Understanding Williams' best pitch is that changeup. But he repeated here 2-0.
He did. And now it's 3-0. I mean, you understand it. It is your best pitch, but you get a 2-run lead.
Also, a lot has to do with that shift, I would think.
Yeah.
You don't want him being late on a fastball, respecting the changeup, so you have to go with the changeup.
This would have to be a take, right?
This would have to be a take.
Fastball, taking all the way. Now you could be really selective. Still a good hitter's count. The 3-1. Peralta through the fastball, 3-2.
He was late. It's game on, 3-2 though. Anything can come. I would think the changeup is fair play here, but he hasn't thrown it for a strike. He's been late on the heater. Live and die with your best stuff.
He struck him out with a changeup. Beautifully thrown.
That's a dandy right there. Oh my goodness. Talk about command with that changeup. His best pitch. Live and die with it. Williams did right there. Very well executed.
That's as good as it gets. So after falling behind 3-0, he comes back to get Peralta. Now Eugenio Suarez. I mean, for Venezuela, it is the 8th inning. Even just getting Acuna home would change the equation for the 9th inning. Devin Williams trying to keep that from happening. Change up.
You got one of your hottest hitters in Eugenio Suarez.
For 3 in this game.
If you're Acuna, if you ever want to steal a bag, it's with 1 out. You don't want to make the first or the last out at third base. You want to take a shot. I wouldn't see it happening. And Eugenio's 1 swing away from tying this thing up.
Alvarado getting ready in the bullpen for Venezuela. Took the changeup this time. If you really thought you could do it, if you thought you could get a big enough lead with the way the defensive is positioned, if you could read Williams, I mean, there is some value, but it'd be a much different thing if it were a 1-run deficit. Down 2, I don't know if you could risk it. The 1-1. Pulled foul. Back to the changeup. Devin Williams is 1-2. Suarez strikes out on the fastball.
That's just JT Realmuto right there. I mean, sensing that Eugenio Suarez was sitting on changeups. Lock him up with a fastball up in the zone, which is the go-to for Eugenio Suarez right there. Just tardy. That's all it was, just tardy. But we've seen the book on Williams. It's early soft, finishing with the harder stuff late.
Suarez strikes out for the 3rd time. Mike Trout struck out 3 times against some of the best pitching in the world. Just a showcase game here tonight. Acuna does run, and they won't make a throw.
It's just a matter of time when Acuna was going to take off. No throw whatsoever. He's not a concern. 2 outs right now. The concern is only on the hitter.
Down low, taken for a ball by Gleyber Torres. Gleyber could use a big at bat here.
Good block right there by JT. Oh, on one knee right there.
That's the one thing it does. You steal third with 2 outs. It does put more pressure on the catcher.
It sure does.
On the infield defense.
Got to be careful with Gleyber and the soft stuff. A lot of times he fights those soft toughs. Stays through the baseball very well. They can go up the ladder here.
1-1 pitch. He threw that changeup and missed with it. JT Realmuto's birthday today.
Oh.
He's had a couple of hits. He was on base for the grand slam. He's got drilled.
Good birthday.
Made some big blocks, and he's wearing the red, white, and blue.
Casual day. Yep.
2-1 to Torres. Fastball, strike 2.
That's a good fastball right there. You know, the difference is for Gleyber, what he's seeing right now is that soft stuff. That fastball just looks like at about 100. It just zips right in there. Action pitch 2-2. Show me your best, Devin.
Here it comes. Torres, line drive, right center field. Mookie Betts is going to get there and make the catch. All right, here we go, 9th inning. Just a crazy game. It's only the quarterfinals, the last spot on the line in the semis in this World Baseball Classic. Jose Alvarado takes over. He's pitched a couple times, 2 total innings in this tournament so far, trying to keep Venezuela close, give themselves some kind of chance at the bottom of the 9th inning.
Well, Alvarado's been outstanding, not only here in this tournament but in his career. Hard throwing left-hander. It's sinking balls coming right at you. 97, 98 with a good slider. He needs a huge stop right here.
And look, we don't know exactly what was going on when he was warming up in the 8th inning, but clearly he wasn't feeling totally comfortable down there. Venezuela went with Savino Bracho, and he gave up the grand slam to Trey Turner. So now Alvarado comes in, but instead of trying to finish off a win and get Venezuela into the semifinals, it's with his team behind. 3 outs away from being eliminated. The United States, defending team in this World Baseball Classic, 3 outs away from taking on Cuba tomorrow night. Nolan Arenado, foul to the backstop.
Good fastball at 99 miles an hour. Up in the zone right there. Seen Nolan turn on 101 today.
Yeah, no kidding. He hits this one. A towering pop-up. Sounded like an explosion off his bat. Peralta finally came down and he catches it.
Quick work right there on Nolan. Now we're going to see a little of a rematch of the World Series in Tucker and Alvarado.
True. Kyle Tucker, you can hit a triple in this ballpark. This is a good park for triples. That would be the first cycle in World Baseball Classic history, if you're into that kind of thing. Oh. Came high and tight, and it glanced off the bat of Tucker.
Foul ball.
And then hit the umpire. Yeah, foul ball.
See that 2-seam ride right there. Ouch.
Hand and shin, I think. Yeah. There's a reason they call it hardball.
Oh, that's a cutter right there. Rare cutter from Alvarado. Usually more like 88, 89 miles an hour. That cutter there had some bite. Oh my goodness.
That's basically unhittable. Did he go? I don't think so. 1-2. Threw it again.
Try to bite again on that cutter. These hitters are so good. The way they're able to take pitches like that.
Ow, off his foot.
Grinding of an at-bat for everybody there.
Oh.
Ouch.
It did hit off the shin. Not that it doesn't hurt, but it got the shin guard.
Yeah. Still hurts.
Definitely.
More than not, when I would get hit, they would throw the same pitch again. That sinker at 101.
1-2. Through the cutter.
More than not, when you get hit like that on the front foot, everything becomes a little softer. Your landing becomes softer. Your eyes become a little slower. You're dealing with the pain. Mano a mano right here, man. Trust your 100.
Struck him out.
Oh. I think Tucker is going back saying, okay, live another day.
I survived that at bat, at least in one piece. Sort of.
That was nasty.
So now Tim Anderson, and Tim Anderson is a quiet hero in this game for Team USA. Number one, he made the excellent play. The inning where Daniel Bard lost his command, if Anderson doesn't get to the ball that Arraez hit and get an out on that, who knows what happens. Number two, a guy who is definitely not known for his patience at the plate, drew the leadoff walk that started the 4-run rally in the 8th inning.
Yep.
And those are two huge plays in this game. 0-2.
Enough of it right there. I see a sinker right here.
0-2. Line drive base hit. Tim Anderson knocked down by Santander. Anderson's going to go for second. The throw late. Wow.
Wow. Having him 0-2 right there. Gets a sinker right there. I just think it was just mislocated. Way too high right there, and the little bobble by Santander. And if you look at Tim Anderson getting out of that line, he smelled that bobble and watched his speed go. Oh my goodness. That is fast.
Just such a great athlete. And that would be huge if the United States could, just with one extra run, pad the lead. Bobby Witt has not had a chance to play much in this tournament. Came on as a pinch runner, swings at the first pitch, pops it up. Shallow right. Santander for out number 3. So here we go. It'll be Ryan Presley coming in against the 9th place hitter, and then the top of the order for Venezuela, USA, 2 outs away from the semis. So here we go, bottom of the 9th. Team USA 3 outs away from a spot in tomorrow night's first semifinal game, and they'll give the ball to the closer for the world champion Houston Astros, Ryan Presley. is in out of the bullpen for the United States. One other change, Cedric Mullins, Orioles outfielder, comes in to take the place of Kyle Tucker in left field. So Mullins out in left, Presley on the mound.
Well, a two-time All-Star in Presley. He's been in big spots before. In the postseason especially, has been lights out in 41 games, .38 ERA. This is postseason feel. Looking to shut it down.
He's got the super high spin rate breaking ball, and he spins it in there for a strike to Andrés Giménez. 1 for 2, single, walk, run scored. A little flip shot out into right center field. Trout is there to make the catch.
Boy, he covers some ground, didn't he, right there?
Got a great read. And maybe just shaded a little bit in that direction helped, but that's a big first down.
He was gliding. It looked like.
It's a small club. The pitchers who have gotten the final out on the mound in a clinch game in the World Series. Ryan Presley's a member of that club. So now Escobar, his first at bat of the game. Venezuela needs a base runner. Escobar takes a ball.
Presley likes to throw that cutter to then back it up with that curveball. Curveball, fastball, changeup. The cutter is just to move the eyes. Right there. That's a good one. That one goes down. Not much running in to the left-handed hitter. The first one was running into the left-handed hitter. That one had a dive to the left-handed hitter. Totally different pitch.
That's a strike. Now it's 1-2.
That's a good bite on that changeup right there. It's a harder style changeup. It's more of a contact pitch off the end of the bat. It's a soft contact pitch. Very well executed, though. The curveball down is the pitch he likes to throw here.
That one is pulled, and a stab at first by Goldschmidt. He caught it, 2 down.
Sure-handed Gold Glover. We see that curveball right there. Escobar was right on it. Oh, what goalie. He's been there before.
So now it's up to Santander. If he were to reach base, then the guy who's hit 2 home runs tonight would get a crack here in the 9th inning, Luis Arraez. But Ryan Presley and the United States 1 out away from the semifinals. 2 down, 9th inning. The pitch. Santander takes a strike right at the knees, 96 miles an hour. Oh, 1 foul back, and now Presley 1 strike away. Oh, 2. Here's the pitch. High. And maybe just a setup there. Presley's 1-2. Santander had a good swing.
He sure did. One of their biggest bats all tournament. Trying to put together his most important at bat.
He's got to keep this game going. USA 1 out, 1 strike away from a matchup with Cuba tomorrow night. 1-2. Old foul.
Presley's having a hard time with that curveball. He wants that curveball down on the dirt. What a game.
Not over yet. 1-2. Santander, a pop-up. Arenado sprinting in. Presley coming over to be Arenado to make the catch. And the United States is on to the semifinals. A team that has won a World Baseball Classic championship, but may never have had a more dramatic single win in this tournament than tonight. Coming from behind, Trey Turner's 8th inning grand slam, the swing that turned this game around.
Heart, character, determination. That is what Team USA has shown. The leader in that clubhouse in DeRosa. Let it be known today. We fight, and we fight, and we fight. 9 runs, 15 hits. Turner with the biggest hit of all with 4 RBIs. You have grit in Tucker. You have leadership in Realmuto going 2 for 5. And you have clutchness in Turner. Unbelievable win for Team USA.
Their manager wanted this team to show emotion. Wanted them to show everybody how much they cared about moving on, and they showed it tonight. So now we're all set. Tomorrow night, Sunday, 7 Eastern, Cuba and the United States here in Miami. What a scene that'll be. And then Monday night, Mexico and Japan. Championship on Tuesday. We're down to 4 in what has been a spectacular World Baseball Classic. Can't wait for tomorrow night. More red, white, and blue. Team USA finds a way to come from behind and beat Venezuela. The only loss Venezuela takes in this entire tournament comes in this elimination game. They were spectacular. So tomorrow, 7 Eastern, semis, it's Cuba and the United States. For Yonder Alonso and our whole crew, Dave Fleming saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow here in Miami. Thanks for watching the World Baseball Classic.